Hi, it's Twi. Hello, everybody. It is. It a Twi, it's true. Hope you guys are doing good today. I'm gonna try and get a Jump King speedrun worth putting on speedrun.com. I don't know if I'm actually gonna get anything too crazy, to be honest. I would love to be like, I don't know, the best Jump King VTuber or something, but I'm pretty sure the world record holder is actually a VTuber technically. It's like a weird one. It's not like a regular VTuber. It's just like a guy that uses a raccoon avatar. Like, just some random Japanese dude with a raccoon VTuber avatar who happens to be, like, unbelievably goated at Jump King. If it's the same as I remember from a couple years ago. But either way, I've played this game a lot more than you might guess. I used to be really into it. So it'll probably more or less be, like, a pretty usual chatting type of vibe. While we just do some jumping, you know, maybe set a cool record, maybe not. I remember I got into this speedrun quite a few years back now, back when HoloLive like kind of just debuted their EN branch for the first time. I remember watching Callie doing Jump King runs. Also, by the way, that's like, you know, I'll play out one run first as like a derust thing, even if it's slow, just because I haven't been grinding much. But anyway, I remember she used to do like a bunch of Jump King streams, and I used to like lurk those all the time. That was back when I was in school, and I had to spend some time studying, and also, you know, I don't know, my headspace was a lot worse when I was in school. I would be a lot more stressed pretty often, so I would just like throw those streams on to wind down. After a while, I ended up getting into it myself. You know, Jump King for me became one of those games where you actually become able to play it on like complete autopilot for the most part. I don't know if you guys have ever like found activities like this, but stuff where you can fully turn your brain off and just chill. Like, I could go for speedruns while I, like, watch a video on the side, or, you know, just think about something else. Like, when I was in my prime, when I was in my peak form, this is one of those games where I actually don't really need to pay any attention for the most part, and I could just, like, do it as, like, a background activity. It falls in the same boat for me as, like, it's one of those activities kind of like cleaning, where after a while it just becomes soothing to do it. You're just kind of like chilling in like a vegetative state. Calling it a vegetative state feels really funny. But, you know, it's just one of those things where you don't have to, like, you know, you can kind of flip your brain off for a bit. Wow, I am washed. Holy. Gotta change the title. Do you have 70 minutes to watch me complete Jump King? You got a quick hour? Nah, I mean, I would hope that even on a pretty crappy run, I could do this in under 10. Brain dead. Yep, it's true. They ran a brain scan on me while I was running, and I died. And then I came back. I came back from the dead when it was over. Maybe it's because, you know, Callie is supposed to be like death, right? So by competing with her, I have to like temporarily also become death. I have to die. I have to briefly die. I'm dying inside with how many jumps I'm missing right now, but you gotta just die real quick, and then you come back. It's like that one medical procedure where they stop your heart real quick so that they can like start it again and put everything back to normal. You know, they do the classic turn it off and turn it back on again. It works for everything. It even works for people. The respawn. Yeah, exactly, exactly. You know, I would challenge the people to find something on this planet that you cannot turn off and back on that will fix the problem at least half the time. It's the best solution. You don't know what to do? It doesn't matter. Turn it off and back on. Failed your job interview? Turn your employer off. Okay, maybe don't do that. How would you even do? How would you turn them back on? I don't think you would have the necessity to do that. Life support. Yeah, well, exactly. It's like you have tech support and you have life support. They both do the same thing. You turn it off and turn it off and back on. Ah! I deserve that faceplant. Oh my goodness. Oh my god. I suck. I feel like it'll be a little bit of a derust. For what it's worth, I'm currently about, I think about a minute 30 of time loss. Like, I think I could be here in about 2 minutes 30 from what I remember. I didn't really take the time to derust today. Like, a couple weeks ago, I was playing a little bit again, just as like a background activity while I was watching some stuff, but I haven't recently been grinding, so it'll come back to me a little bit more as we go today. I probably could have been derusting though, because you know what, I was just kind of rotting on YouTube for like the past day and a half, I would say. You know what? I've fallen back into a cycle of YouTube binging that I haven't been on for a while. Anyone guess? Here, pick a random corner of YouTube that you think I've fallen into. What do you think is the current rabbit hole? I'm curious what your guys' read on my YouTube habits will be. I'm actually curious. Step right up, take a guess, any genre. Okay, there we go. Okay, we should be... Oh, I messed up. Oh! Oh, actually, that's not that punishing. Here. Fuck! Ah! That's not too bad either. Man, I am missing so many jumps. It's okay. There we go. Alright. I gotta wait for the wind cycles. Not the Mr. Hands again. No! No, I have not been watching Jay Schlatt. I mean, I guess a couple of his shorts come up in my feed. I feel like that's almost impossible for me to dodge. I feel like Jay Schlatt, he's always on the shorts, bro. And I see that he reposts his old ones too. Like sometimes I'll just be scrolling and I'll see one that I've definitely seen before. Then you look and all the comments are like, you know, I don't know, like Jared, or no, it'll be like in quotes, it'll be like repost ran out of shorts for the month or something. Like his comment sections have to be one of the stupidest on the platform, man. I swear to God. Cooking food? That is exactly correct. Yes, I fell back onto cooking YouTube for the first time. I want to say in a couple years. Oh, that fall sucks. I feel like it's been quite a while since I've been in the cooking rabbit hole on YouTube. But I've been enjoying it. You know, a lot of it It does feel a little bit different now, because I feel like the last time I fell into cooking YouTube, it was more like, it's late at night and I'm gonna look at a bunch of food recipes that I'm not even interested in eating. Like, it could be stuff that I know I wouldn't like, and I'll still just be watching it and being like, huh, this looks interesting. Because I guess, yeah, that was, last time I was really in cooking YouTube was back before I did my eating therapy, like, a year and a half ago or so, I think. Or somewhere in that ballpark anyway. So, you know, it's been a little while since I've been on this side of YouTube. But now I've been sort of looking more at, like, easy cooking ideas, because I'm actually in the phase of my life where I'm more interested in, you know, making my own food sometimes. Just in his walls, damn. What's up, TND? Welcome, welcome. Hope you're having a good day. Lionel is psychic. Lionel is always in my brain. It's true. Yeah, I mean, I don't tend to, like, do anything too crazy for cooking for the most part. But I mean, I'm interested in broadening my horizons, you know. I've done a lot of work on being good at baking. I'm kind of, you know, now that I'm less sensitive to, like, real food, I'm a little bit more interested in getting better at cooking regular stuff more often. But, you know, even then, like, I usually just make the same stuff, you know. Like, a lot of days I will just eat chicken and rice and vegetables, or, like, this morning, I say this morning, this afternoon at like 2:30 p.m. to be more honest, I made myself what I would consider a very nice breakfast meal. It was technically, I don't know if it was technically breakfast because I ate a banana before that, but I made a grilled cheese, I made some breakfast sausages, and then I had a couple of oranges with that as well, and it was very nice, you know, very filling, a lot of protein, tastes good, you know. The orange is always nice. It's like one of my favorite things is like grilled cheese, some fruit on the side, and if I've got it, what's it called, if I've got it, some like breakfast sausages or like bacon or like some sort of easy to make protein in the same pan, always nice. I definitely feel like grilled cheese is one of the simple things that I've gotten probably the most confidence in myself in making well. There's like a lot of ways to do it. I think I started wanting to make my own grilled cheeses more often because my dad also will make them sometimes, like especially my sister likes having them, so he'll make them for my sister sometimes. My dad he does it kind of weirdly though. He uses margarine, which I have no beef with margarine on like toast. I use margarine for toast all the time just because we've got it around. We don't tend to have butter around all the time. So margarine is fine for that, but I feel like cooking with margarine feels kind of weird. Like, I don't know. It just tastes kind of different from how I would expect. Definitely haven't heard of other people using margarine for that before. But it's not bad by any means, by the way, but I tend to just do it with oil because we don't usually have butter around, so I'll just like, I'll put some olive oil because we got it around, you know. I'll put some olive oil in the pan, and then, oh my god, I thought I missed that. Oh, I missed that one though. Oh, okay, I saved it. It's fine. Yeah, I'm rusted, dude. Whee! It's okay. First run of the day. Warm up run. Warm up run. I'll do olive oil, but like when you do the first side of the sandwich, it soaks up all of the oil. So what I do is I'll just like, when I go to flip the sandwich, I just kind of like hold it with the spatula for a sec, and I put a little more oil back into the pan so that both sides like suck up some oil. It's probably not the healthiest way to do it, but it tastes good though. It tastes real good. And it helps get like the browning pretty even too. I definitely want to experiment with more different cheeses. A lot of the time, I just make it with mozzarella because it's what we always have around in the fridge. And admittedly, mozzarella's got to be one of the most boring cheeses you could put in a grilled cheese. So I feel like, I don't know, I haven't had Gouda in a while, but Gouda is really good. I kind of want to buy some Gouda, do that. I feel like that'd be really tasty. There's this one dude I always see on my YouTube shorts who like makes a billion grilled cheeses. I think his name is like Chef Tyler or something. His like whole career is just making grilled cheese shorts, bro. They look good though, admittedly. They look like good grilled cheeses, I won't lie. Dude, Azuma, you gotta understand, that was like twice as slow as my PB. That was a terrible run by my standards. This is because I haven't been running Jump King in a while. That was, I think, 11 something, maybe 12 something, but my best is like low 6 minutes. Like I think 6:10, I think is my PB. Don't quote me on that because I don't know if I have the receipts. It's been a while. My goal for today is one run under 6 minutes 30. That's my personal goal for today. Sub 6 would be insane, but sub 6:30 would be really good. Thank you though, thank you. Found the secret of making good grilled cheese without it being soggy but still toasting very nicely is I apply butter to the pan and not the bread. I do that too. Well, I mean, I use oil, so of course I do that. Now I'm just imagining somebody like spreading oil on their bread. And that might be the most psycho way you could ever do it. But you know, I think that's probably why. My dad's grilled cheeses taste off to me. It might not even just be that he's using margarine, because margarine is like based off of olive oil, isn't it? Or like something like that. I think it's something similar to that. But maybe it's just because it's not like in the pan, you know what I mean? He's the dressing. Yeah, I know. The end screen of this game is crazy. And also it's not skippable, so we will have to watch it every time I complete. 1242 with 21 falls. 21 might sound really good. Oh, 21. But not actually that good. I could do a lot better than that. Also, hello Calico, hello Keiko. Hope you guys are doing good. Welcome. Okay, guys, stream is over. No. We gotta get the run first. Come on. We gotta actually get a good run first. Okay, that's too much time lost. We're not on the warm-up run anymore. 2 falls at the start. No, I mean, I'll probably give myself a few runs to kind of get back into the flow of it before I start resetting more aggressively. Just because, like I said, I'm pretty washed. Although, I mean, stuff like that. I mean, we're right at the start. You might as well reset. Yeah, I should have been warming up off stream. Instead, I was Balatro rotting. Once again, I went gambling again, guys. I hadn't been playing a lot of Balatro throughout the past few days of the week, actually. But Shiny messaged me this morning, and he was like, I can't beat Blackstick. And I'm like, well, I can help you figure that out. And it put me in the mood to actually try and progress myself a little further, too. So I went and I beat Purple Steak today, which is the 3rd highest one. So I only got 2 to go. I got 1 more before I can try Gold Steak, which I'm excited about. That's like the max difficulty on any deck. And I want to beat it. I want to do it. Now, mind you, a lot of it just feels like resetting for the right RNG. But you know what? Hey, I've played other games like that too. You can paint a gambling addiction any color you want. If it doesn't cost me money, I'm in. Been watching my friends play Balatro for days. Dude, I get that too, because like sometimes you just end, even if you're not actually playing, you just end up hanging out with another friend, and once you've gotten them into it, you're just like all playing in a call, or like you're all like playing one run together in a call, you know what I mean? You're kind of just like, you're playing as a collective. I do that with Shiny sometimes, now that I've addicted him. Ah, I'm so bad, dude. I'm so rusted. Oh my god. Okay, I'm playing out this run no matter how bad it is. I don't care, sorry. I need to get out of my habit of resetting over and over. Just say if you were streaming Balatro, I'd be watching 3. Hey, I mean, I'll be streaming Balatro on the weekend, you know. We'll be doing a little Balatro on the weekend. You know what else I've been up to, though? Outside of Balatro rotting, on like the opposite end of the spectrum of Balatro rotting, just sitting in my chair resetting. I've been doing some exercise. I've been health conscious, guys. Isn't that incredible? I didn't do much today because my legs are sore. My legs are sore because I am out of shape, yo. I am really out of shape. But 2 days ago I went for a little run and that was nice, but it wasn't anything too crazy. I did that and I did some push-ups and some sit-ups and I was like, damn, I'm really weak. I was like, damn, I really need to get in shape, bro. And then yesterday, I did something that was really hard for me. What I did is I was looking for some exercises that would be good for improving my like muscles that will matter for dancing. And the reason I wanted to do that is because the other day I was trying to practice like doing a little performance, like singing and dancing stuff, right? And I was so out of breath after like a minute. I was like, yo, my dreams of being an idol are cooked if I do not get in shape. It was exactly what it set in for me. I was like, I knew this day was coming, but man, I didn't know it would be that bad. I didn't know it would come so soon, and I didn't know it would hit so hard. So I was like, okay, here's what I need to do. I need to find an idol workout. This is what I need. I wasn't even sure if I would be able to find anything, but I was like, surely, right? And so I looked up, I was looking for like a male idol's workout routine. And the one that I ended up finding was the warm-up from, who is it? Jungkook from BTS. And I was like, okay, I could get behind this. And I kid you not, I had to cut the reps in half. And this is his warm-up, by the way. It's not really like supposedly a full-blown workout, but I'm in bad shape, so it's definitely a workout for me, right? But I cut his reps in half, and still, oh, for somebody not in shape, it was hard, dude. Let me see if I can remember off the top of my head what the full routine was. So, keep in mind, I halved this. So, he does double everything I'm about to say as warm-up, all right? But it was 50 squats, a nice, easy starter of 50 squats, and then 20 lunges, and then it was... I actually don't know the name of this exercise, but you know the one where you're like on your back and you have to touch your elbows to your knees? You're like alternating touching your elbows to your knees, and it kind of looks like you're like cycling them, sort of. I don't know what it's called. I really want to know what that exercise is called. I don't know. But yeah, it's like a crunching type of exercise, yeah. So you do I think I did 20 of those, if I remember correctly. And then I did a 30-second plank, because he does a minute. 30 seconds front plank. Then 30 seconds on both side planks. And then to wrap it all up, you're thinking, all right, well, you know, it's only one to go. How bad could it be, right? There's 15 burpees at the end. It's 15 normally. I did 10. I didn't half it. I was like 15. 8 is a stupid number. I'm just going to do 10. Oh my god, bro. I never in my life thought I would see a day where doing the jump was the hard part of a burpee. I never in my life thought that just doing the jump would be hard, dude. I've never felt so heavy in my life. Like, trying to get my feet off of the ground after all of those leg exercises. Nah, dude, it was brutal. It was devastating. You know, going into it, I was like, all right, I'm going to start doing this routine every day. And then today I was like, nope, I need a rest day. I need a rest day. My legs are cooked. Yo, it wasn't even all the workout I did. I walked to the grocery store yesterday too. So that was like another 40-minute walk later in the day. I was moving yesterday, dude. I was schmoving. I was getting some good exercise in. Yeah, it might be the start of the Twi fitness arc. First of its kind, never seen before. Because honestly, it does feel good. It hurts, but it feels good. I didn't have, you know, I wanted to leave my legs alone today, but I did some push-ups earlier. I was supposed to do some sit-ups, but I forgot. Maybe I'll just do my sit-ups after this run. Let's finish this run. And then for every minute over my PB, we're gonna do 2 sit-ups. That's that's the plan. Oh! Okay, we're fine. Oh. The twink try. Yeah, I have to get fit enough that you guys can't call me twink anymore. Just because it has Twi in it. You know, I have to outgrow the twink allegations. Here we go. The ultimate workout motivation. It's an idol if your concert is at least an hour long with a lot of cardio and singing. You're gonna want to be doing a lot of leg days. I know, exactly. Because it's like 2 things, right? It's not only that your legs need to be strong, but you need your breathing to be really stable while you're moving. That's one of the big things I realized that's like deceptively hard about it, is being able to sing while moving and keeping your like voice stable throughout that. But, you know, idol's harder than people think, man. It's a lot of work, yo. But it's okay, I'm ready. I'm committed. I've always thought that I could get into exercising if I found the right motivation. And I think this could be... I think I might have finally found something where it's like, alright, yeah, that's something worth putting some effort in. Oh, ooh, no! Okay, we're fine. Come on, every minute over is an extra 2 sit-ups. We gotta keep that in mind. Ooh! I can't be throwing here. I'm gonna be doing like no sit-ups at this rate though, dude. We'll do 4 for every minute actually, because I'm not a coward. I regret what I just said. Can I take it back? Can I take it back? Oh no. Oh no. I just messed up. Oh, I just messed up. Oh, my core is gonna hurt. Oh no. No. Why? No, don't clip it, don't clip it. You are nothing. You are nothing. No. Okay, I gotta lock in. No more mistakes. It's okay. The time loss isn't that bad. It's not the first mistake that kills you, it's the second one. Fuck! No! Fuck! Oh my god, that was such a bad fall. Why? No! It was going so well. It was going. Please! Please think about my core. Think about my. No! Oh my god. No! Why? Dude, that's so much time loss again. I suck. Oh my god. No! Dude, we're supposed to be streaming Jump King, not Ring Fit. Fuck my life. Maybe I gotta invest and buy Ring Fit. Honestly, that or like the Miku boxing game? That could be worth, honestly. That could be a good motivator. Which one has more replayability? If any of you have owned one or both, what do you think is more fun? Ring Fit or Miku Boxing? No. Okay, that's a fine fall. Alright, I'm locking in. Fuck. Nor. Okay. No panic. I'm calm. I'm so zen right now. No. Okay. Oh, I thought I missed it. Okay, okay, okay. That's... Alright, chat. I'm gonna give you the choice here. That is 4 minutes and 50 seconds above my PB. Is that 16 sit-ups or 20? Are we truncating the decimal or are we rounding it up? I mean, it's like 80% of the way there. But I will leave it in the people's hands. Ring Fit has a lot more content. Miku Boxing has more repeated playability. 18, meet in the middle? That's a very generous take. Any objections? Any objections? 18. Going once. Going twice. Sold. Okay, I'm doing that. Okay. I don't know how good my mic's gonna pick this up. Also, my floor is really crowded, so like I barely have room to even do this, but all right. Back when, oh, actually I could pull my boom arm really far down. Hey guys, I'm actually on my floor right now. I haven't laid down yet though. Okay. I'm probably sounding really far away right now. Hi. My model is also, I don't know what face that I've been frozen on, but oh well. 18 sit-ups. This is actually gonna be a lot for me. I feel like I normally only do like 10. I feel like normally I only go for like 10 of these, but alright, whatever. Fuck it, we ball. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, I'm feeling it, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, dude, this is so hard. Ah! Ah! I'm counting that 18, bro. I'm pretty sure my feet came off of the ground, but oh well. There. 18 sit-ups. As a punishment for my trash run. Alright. 11. That should have been like 8 or like 9 minutes even. I choked very hard. We will not be doing that one again, actually. That will be the end of the sit-up odds. Because I'm gonna actually get my best run on this run, obviously. Obviously, we just won't need to do it again because I'm done being bad at the game. After that run. Hello, Rainbow. Interesting time to join. Squat. Oh, I mean, okay, you know what? I haven't done any squats today. So you know what? Actually, fine. Fine. I'll play out another run. We'll do squat odds this time. Alright, how many squats for every minute over time? What do you guys think? What do you guys think is fair? 5? I think 5 is fine. Could even do 10, honestly. That's kind of brutal. 10 is pretty intense. That's a pretty hefty bet. That's pretty steep. No, but I mean, at worst, it would be like 50. At worst, it would be like 50. I can handle that. All right, fuck it. 10. 10 squats for every minute over my PB. That's how you know I gotta lock in. I gotta get that run. Yeah, if I mess up so bad that I get another 11-minute run, then sure, I'll do 50. But it's not happening. They're preying on my downfall out here. They want to see me get in shape. Imagine, dude. These people are preying on my uprise. Time to let them down disappointedly. Let them down like a squat. And then we'll pick them back up by the fact that I got a really good run. And they'll be happy for me. Ah! And we'll see. You want to bet on that? If I get under 7 minutes, how about you have to do squats? How about that? Huh? How about if I get under 7, you gotta do everybody 10 squats. How do we feel about that? Bet? Okay, bet. It's gonna be pretty hard. I've already given up like probably 15 seconds time loss. It's okay, that's doable. I need to get shape. Welcome to the club. Welcome to the club. Oh! I've always been, like, deceptively okay with being out of shape. I think part of it... Okay, I'm definitely gonna have a really hard time getting sub 7 now. I think part of it is, like... I've always been kind of, like, skinny fat. And what I mean by that is, like, I'm at a pretty normal weight. But I'm, like, kind of flabby for that weight. You know what I mean? Like... It's not visibly there. You know, if you're looking at me, you wouldn't think that I'm fat. But I don't have much muscle. Like, almost all of my weight is fat, I feel like. So, it would be nice to kind of replace that a little bit. You know what I mean? It would be good. Because being in shape, it's just good. You know what I mean? I think that when I was younger, I didn't really have anything I was interested in other than video games. And so I had zero motivation to get into shape. Because you don't need to be in shape to play video games. Like, at all. I mean, I think that the, like, benefits of just being in shape will spill out to your mental in a way that would make you better at gaming, still. But it's definitely not necessary, you know what I mean? You absolutely can be in shit shape and still be good at games, right? So, I never really had a reason before. But now, you know, now I actually feel like a little bit motivated, and that's kind of fun. Remember exercising like 4 times a week for 2 months, and then I got a full-time job, and that routine went quick. Aw. Nah, but that's real. That's real, though. It's hard. It's hard to balance stuff. No worries, Calico. Thank you. I won't be doing barely any squats, because I'm going to get a great run, but thank you. I'll do 10 with you guys when I get my under 7-minute run here, though. I'll do 10 with you guys out of pity. We can just add 10 as like a default for me. So if I'm a minute over, I'll do 20, but I won't be. So we'll just be doing 10 together. Just so you guys know what you signed up for, okay? Can I actually pull that off? We're gonna get into the chapel at around 5. I probably have to lock in here. I feel like I have to like not make any falls to get under 7 here from this point. Oh shit. Okay, well that's actually not that bad of a punish at least. Okay. Let's see what I can do. See if I can chef up some magic right quick. I'm so calm right now. I'm so zen. You might even mistake me as a certain large VTuber named Zen. That's not me. I'm just a chill guy. I'm just a chill dude. Chillin'. I'm a professional Canadian. I would never fall on the ice. Are you kidding me? I don't actually know how to skate. I'm terrible at skating in real life. But you know what? This isn't real life. This is a game. And I'm cracked at games. Oh! That was the worst fail I've ever seen. What the fuck was that? Alright. I think the... Ah! Okay, the sub 7's dead. Fuck! No! What was... I've never done that in my entire life. What the fuck did I even just do? Ah! Stop! Stop! Make it stop, please! No, my legs! Bro, I'm gonna be the fucking SpongeBob guy. It's like, my leg! That's gonna be me at the end of this fucking run, dude. I hate my life. Ah! No! 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 Dude! This is incredible. This is actually the best way I could ever get in shape. Because I'm so bad at being clutch when I'm gaming. I always choke shit. So if I just keep making bets around having to do exercise when I fuck up, and I put myself on the spot by doing it on stream as well, this is the easiest way that I could ever, like, get into shape. Oh my god! Ah! I'm gonna be getting a lot of Twi noises today. It's just gonna be one of those days, isn't it? It's played Getting Over It. It's actually not true. I've been like saving Getting Over It to do on a stream for like 2 years, and I never got around to doing the Getting Over It stream. I did the climbing one, although I didn't finish it because it kind of sucked. Someone made Getting Over It VR? Dude, if I had a VR headset, I would totally try that. That sounds crazy. Bro, imagine failing orange skip in VR. Imagine failing the oranges in VR. Oh my god! What am I doing? Okay, I am about to... I need to lock in for the sake of my legs, dude. My legs are gonna fall off if I fucking keep trolling this shit. You guys are keeping me accountable. Today was supposed to be a rest day. Instead, I'm gonna spend the rest of my day fucking crying. I'm gonna finish streaming, I'm gonna get up, and I'm gonna feel my bones crack, and it's gonna be like the sound effect of a bunch of Legos falling apart. It's gonna be the inside of my legs. You guys know the sound effect I'm talking about, right? Dude, there's no way that I'm just missing this over and over. What am I doing? Okay. I actually need to chill. I need to calm down. You guys think if I hit the restart button, the run would be invalid and I would have to do 0 squats? I'm kidding. I'm a man of my word. I will do it. Being said, we're actually approaching... I'm so done with talking right now. You know what? I actually think that I've spoken enough. I think I'm gonna shut up. I have no words. I'm speechless. This is incredible. Turn your legs into bone meal for some extra veggies. Well, yeah, everybody knows that bone meal is how you grow stuff. So if I just turn my legs into bone meal, then surely my legs will grow. It's genius. It's foolproof. Oh god, this run is going to be worse than 11 minutes. Dude, how many squats is this going to be? Oh no. Oh lord. Oh lord, we're about to hit the real version of the workout. We're gonna have to do like 100 squats. It's so over. It's so over. Not like this. I did it again. There's no fucking way I did it again, and I missed the recovery jump again too. Wow, that's incredible. That's rich, dude. Oh my god. I've never made that mistake before, and I made it twice in the same run. And it cost me so much time. Both times. Oh my, and I missed that, dude. I've actually fallen back all the way to the bottom of the chapel so many times in one run. This is fucked up. This is messed up. What on earth, dude? What is wrong with me? I'm like never this bad. This is crazy. This is like actually the universe humbling me. This is the universe deciding that I stepped too far. Yeah, this is karma. This is actually just karma, straight up. I tried to ego. And it's all backfiring now. Oh my god, dude. Ain't no way. I need Calico back. Everything went to shit as soon as Calico left. Everything absolutely died when Calico left. Oh my god. Okay. Okay. Everything is okay. Everything is good in the world. Everything is fine. Everything is chill. Okay, I got this. There we go. Okay. Oh, it's over. Oh, it's fucking over. Oh, no. Oh, what have I done? Okay, you know what? I'm rescinding my offer to do 10 for you guys just as a default. Because this is still going to be 70 fucking squats. My legs are so doomed. My legs are so fucked, dude. Oh, no. Oh, God. All right, well... might as well stop stalling and start squatting, I guess. Let me have a drink of water first. I wonder if this is gonna look funny on my model, because my body is just gonna like, my face is gonna come down into frame and then go back out of frame, I think. This is how you guys know that I'm actually doing squats. Is that my model is just gonna be like flying around. My face is just gonna break. Oh man, it is not a good sign that I can feel it within the first 10. It is fucking doomed. Oh lord. Oh lord. Well, that's 10. So if I just keep going and I don't stop to think, then the pain can be later me's problem. I can worry about who's suffering when that time comes. But right now, I'm locked in. You guys have any questions for me? I can't think of funny things to yap about right now. I'm too busy trying not to die. It's 20, by the way. Ah. This music is really zen, actually. I've never stopped to listen to the ending screen for this long. 30. Oh my god, dude. I might have to take a break in the middle. Oh my god. My legs. My leg. Help me. Ah! Come on. I swear I lost count. Okay, no, wait, I know where I am. Okay. 45. Weird spot. But it's okay. I know where I am. It's because I recognized 35 as the middle, but I stopped counting, and then I thought I was like 5 behind. I'm at 50. Ah. Oh, I gotta stop for a sec. Okay, 50. Come on, I can do this, bro. I can do this. Light work. 70 squats. That's like 7 plus 0. That's easy. Oh. Oh my god. My legs are like jello. Okay, 60. Ah. Ah. Okay, come on. 62, 63, 64. Ah, my legs. Okay, come on. That's a full stack of squats. 6 to go. 6 to go. 65, 66, 67, 68, 69. Nice. 70. Chair, I missed you so much. Oh, I missed my chair so much. My legs. Oh my god. That was so much worse than it was supposed to be. The run was literally on pace to be like 7, maybe 7 minutes 30. And then it all went to shit. Oh my god. Okay. No more bets. No more bets. I'm cooked. I worked abs, I worked legs. Ain't nothing else left to work, bro. I mean, there is, but not that I care about right now. Oh my god. Oh my god, what a disaster. What a disaster. Oh dude, if Twi Clips was not dead, that would have to... I might just make that a video for main channel anyway, to be honest. Oh my god. Fuck my legs. Dude. Holy. Oh my god. Whew. You know what? It could be worse. It could be worse. 70 squats, that's a lot easier than the full leg workout. Today is still, relatively speaking, kind of a rest day. 70 squats, that's not that bad. In isolation, that's not that bad. You guys want to know what the actual, like, completely doomed deal would be? Is that for every second over my PB, I have to, like, hold a plank for that long. That would actually be hell. That would be impossible, just straight up. That would actually... I'm not physically capable of that. I think the longest I could have a shot of holding a regular plank would be, like, a minute. Yeah, that would be turbo over. That would be completely over. It would have to be like 10 seconds per minute over or something. Like the ratio for that would have to be so piddly. Planks are hard, dude. Like planks are really hard. Ah! I just want to get a sub 7. Give myself hope. Give myself hope that even if I'm washed, I can still beat the game quickly. Be really funny if I'm just playing normally and I get a good enough run that I submit to speedrun.com later. And somebody out there one day decides to watch the VOD. And they just get to the part where I'm just fucking dying doing exercise. That would be really funny. No, that was good though. I actually feel good now. I feel good after doing that. And you know what? It's good that we did some working out, actually. Because, I mean, I already was probably going to do it, but now I'm definitely going to shower after stream, and I want to shower after stream. Because my bottle of body wash that I've had for the past, like, several months finally ran out. So I bought a new one, and I'm excited, because I think the smell is going to be a lot better. My mom bought me the last one. It's like some, honestly, kind of expensive body soap. But the quality is really nice, and even though it costs a lot more, it's like more efficient. I don't have to use as much to wash my whole body with it. But anyway, she got me like, I'm trying to remember what the scent was. I think it was like cucumber and mint or something, which was fine. But I ended up getting coconut vanilla because I like vanilla and coconut as smells a lot, and also because it was the best value size. So I'm excited. I want to see how it feels, how it smells. Growing up, I always thought like worrying about what kind of like scent type of stuff you're using is stupid. And you know, I still don't use cologne or anything, but I've definitely grown out of that. It feels good to smell good, you know what I mean? It's just a nice thing, even if it's just for yourself. Like, it just feels good to take a shower and then smell good. Or like wash your hair and then your hair smells nice. Like, I still remember one time, like, a long time ago now. Not like a super long time ago, like a couple years ago, when I went for a haircut for the first time in a while, and it wasn't like a major haircut. It was more just like a little trim. Like a little trim and cleaning up some split ends and stuff. And I washed my hair beforehand, and I went to I sat down with the barber, and they were like, "Your hair smells nice, thanks for washing it." And I'm like, oh, you know, I was like so caught off guard by that comment, but it was still like a nice little sentiment, you know what I mean? Or, you know, like, just sometimes, like, especially when I was working, so I wanted to look more presentable, like I would put hair serum in, and my hair serum has like a kind of fruity smell. So sometimes my coworkers, since we had like a little fan at the counter that we were at, my hair would like blow in the wind of the fan, and it would like waft the smell, and they would be like, "Your hair smells nice." I'm like, "Oh, thank you." Because I can't notice it. Like, one thing that I will say is I'm very nose blind, especially to myself. I'm very nose blind to myself. Like, sometimes people will like comment that I like smell nice or something, and I have no idea that I smell like anything. Like, I'll go out that day and I think that I just smell like nothing. And they'll just be like, "Oh, you smell nice." And I'm like, "I do?" Like, hold on, let me smell. Like, when nobody's looking, I'll like try and like sneak in, like just sniffing myself and being like, "I don't smell anything." I don't know if you guys can relate to that, but I can never smell it on myself. Like, if I put products in, at least not easily. Definitely not as easily as I feel like I've had other people. Same? Yeah, I don't know. I don't know what it is. Maybe I'm just nose blind to it because I've used it more often. But I don't know. Very sensitive smell too, so it's probably just a brain thing. Yeah, you know what? Maybe. Every second over, you have to plank for 1 picosecond. Depending on your knowledge of SI prefixes, that's either very scary or very easy. What is SI? I mean, I don't think that would be possible. Like, how would I measure that? Picosecond is like so infinitesimally small. Just stepped out of the shower. Nice. Was it a good shower? What? I have a question for you guys. What temperature do you put your showers on? How hot or cold do you like your showers? You know what? I used to always say I was like a lukewarm shower kind of person. I'm warming up a little bit. You know, gradually speaking, I'm still not taking hot showers, but I've been taking warm showers as my norm now for a while. You know, the thing where it's like you put, what is it, like a frog in a pot, and if it's boiling, like, they know to get out of the pot, but if you just like slowly heat it up, they don't realize that they're like dying. Maybe this is me. This is just the phenomenon of me showering now. Is I just slowly creep the average heat that I'm using in the shower up little by little until I start being one of those people that blasts my skin with volcanic, like, I don't know, with just like straight magma. I don't think I could ever get that far though. Like the people who crank the heat all the way, it actually like just straight up hurts my skin. I feel like the water is like beating my body. I feel like I'm getting physically abused by the water like the very few times I've accidentally put the shower that hot. Shower at like sun temperatures. There's always got to be at least one. You know, I feel like I have 2 family members who are like this. And I feel like sometimes I'll walk in the bathroom after they've had a shower and I feel like I'm gonna like have a heat stroke. Just because the room is like so steamy. I just feel like I'm gonna evaporate just standing in there. Good old dichotomy of having siblings and parents. Man, you know what? I love living with my family, and it's hard to imagine moving out anytime soon. But God, when I do move out, the one day that I eventually do move out, I cannot imagine how sick it will be to have a bathroom and never have to worry that somebody's gonna be in there. Like, dude, I'm used to it at this point. You know, I've been living the life of having 4 people sharing one bathroom for a good 10 years now. But holy damn, bro, it must be nice. It must be so sick. Cause the worst feeling is when you have to like use the bathroom and so you step out of your room and somebody's in there and you're like, oh, okay. And then you hear the shower start, and it's like, oh, dude. Now I know that I gotta hold it for like 40 minutes. Now I know that it's over. When you hear the shower start, you know that you're cooked. It's not always that bad, but it depends, right? Like, I think most of the time, they shower for like 20 to 30 minutes, and then it depends if they shave after or not. I feel like that's a big determining factor right there. Because I'm kind of like that way too, you know. I tend to shower for like anywhere from probably like 8 to 20 minutes. Probably on average like about 12 to 15 minute shower. I'm not like super quick in there, but I don't take too long either. And then if I want to shave or like, you know, do my eyebrows or anything, that'll take me like an extra 10 minutes or so maybe. Just depends, right? Depends what level of self-care is in store for that day. I feel like a decent amount of the time I have to shave, but the eyebrows not too often. I usually only have to do my brows like once every maybe 2 weeks. Or I can leave it, but then, you know, I don't know. It all depends on how much how much I care about how I look when I go out. If I'm not doing anything going out other than like, I don't know, going to the store or something, then I'm more willing to look like a hobo. Even though I know that I will feel better if I look better, like regardless of if I need to look good for anything, it's just easier to convince yourself to look like a bum if you don't have anything that you actually have to look good for. I don't know how much you guys can actually relate to that, but I definitely can relate to it. It's like the same phenomenon of how it feels better to clean your room even if nobody's coming over, but if nobody's coming over, it's like kind of easy for you to just put off cleaning your room for a while until eventually you're like, damn, I really gotta clean my room. Just one of those things. I'm just such a procrastinator. I procrastinate on everything. It goes beyond just school. I procrastinate on cleaning my room, cleaning my face. Cleaning is just hard, bro. Sometimes I just like, I don't know. I don't even notice how much time has passed, and then after a while, it's like, damn, I gotta clean, bro. Like last night, I cleaned my keyboard for I think the first time in like several months. But you know what? Like, it's okay though. I don't find that it's like too big of a deal. And I like cleaning my keyboard though. It's kind of like soothing, you know what I mean? Like, you're just chilling there, you're just wiping down all the caps. It's honestly a chill experience. I like cleaning my keyboard. I should do it more often. One thing that I will say is it's a lot easier now because we have like a little handheld vacuum, and there's like a bristle attachment for it. So I can use that to kind of just run it along the keyboard and get like any crumbs and stuff that are kind of loosely in there. So it makes the part of cleaning like the actual board itself way easier. And like for the most part, I just like do a quick wipe down between the rows, and then I wipe the keys as I put them back on, and it's pretty easy. Ah. Oh my, why, man? Get up there. Get... Oh! I didn't know that that punish could happen. Alright, if I don't get up on this wind cycle... Oh, there's no way. There's too many wind cycles I'm missing. Oh, I can't get a good run, bro. It's okay, it's okay. I gotta shake... I'm shaking off the rust still. I just want to get one more good run so that I can lose 6 minutes of time at the ending again for no reason. Now, surely I won't choke now that there's no stakes on the line. Maybe that's what I'm missing. Maybe I need to have stakes again. Maybe this is the problem. Am I just a gambling addict, chat? Is this is this just the truth? If we pull back the curtain of me liking to make bets for content, am I just secretly a gambling addict? Yes, damn. Damn. This explains the Balatro fixation so much. This explains all those years of competitive Pokemon, dude. Why would I, of all the games that I could choose to get so good at that I could hit rank 1 in the world, I can't even speak. Of all the things, I picked the one where you could literally lose just because you get bad luck. Mind you, most of the time that's not the case. But it's true. I definitely have like a gravitation towards games that value probability management, because probability management is fun. It's like you can do it perfectly and you still don't know what's going to happen. You can only predict. And sometimes it's frustrating, but sometimes it's really satisfying. Pick Osu? I've picked Osu. I've played a lot of Osu, man. Top 2.5k global? That's like that's really good, I feel like. I know there's more than 2.5 million Osu players now, so like what percentile would that put me in? Top 250k would be top 10%. So top 25k would be top 1%. So top 2.5k would be 0.01%. Yeah, that's about where I thought I was. That's pretty good, man. I've still been playing a little bit of Osu, but I don't really play for ranks anymore. I kind of just play maps and songs that are fun every now and then. 0.39 set. Really? Is there less than 2.5 million active Osu? Well, I mean, I guess like not. It depends on your definition of active, probably. I could have swore there was more than that. Really? Or do you just have like a tool that calculates that for you? Maybe that's what it is. Translation, I like Balatro. This is true. I do like Balatro. Osu Daily website? Huh. I've never heard of this. No, really? Nah, guys, let me tell you something, okay? I may or may not have 52.6 hours on Balatro across a span of of 6 days. But to be fair, I did AFK some of those hours by accident. It's probably more like 48, maybe 49, somewhere in that ballpark. But that's a lot of hours, damn. To be fair, I was literally spending like every waking hour of the first 2 or 3 days after I bought Bellatro playing Bellatro. So you know what? The math is mathing. I could see how that happened. You guys ever just get addicted to a game so hard when you get a new game that you just stop doing anything else? It consumes your entire existence for a few days. Been meaning to run some numbers to find the average rank per 100 hours played. That's interesting, I guess. I've never worried too much about how good I am for my hours because I feel like you're just always gonna lose to some like 13-year-old who's got no other commitments. So they just play Osu for like 5 or 6 hours a day and they just like have super optimized practice because they never take breaks. And that applies to every game, by the way. Any competitive game, some kid that has nothing else going on and is like at that age where their brain just soaks things in really easily still will always cook you in terms of hours played to skill ratio. It's incredible. It's honestly like such a phenomenon that it happens in like at least every mechanics-based game that I've ever played. Strategy games, maybe there's a little bit more room for variance. But in mechanically like oriented games, dude, like some of the most cracked people you will ever see is wait like 3 or 4 years after the pro scene has sort of started and then look at the like 12 to 14-year-olds in the scene and they will like just absolutely cook you. I don't know why it's that way, but I feel like I've seen that happen in Rocket League, in Pokemon, in Osu. I feel like I've seen it happen in like some of the shooters that I followed loosely. This is anecdotal, you know, no legit source for this, but I don't know, man. I feel like I've just always seen it. You guys want to know a really random thought that just popped into my head? There's a really, really old clip that I don't think is on the internet anymore from back before I was Twi as a different streamer where I was playing Jump King. I was speedrunning Jump King many years ago because I'm old. I'm not actually old, but I started running this game a long time ago and then I just kind of stopped for a while, right? I remember I was just kind of ADHD tangenting about random shit while running. And I don't remember what the context was, but I think there was a point where I asked my chat if birds could eat cheese, do you think they would like it? Like, what would their favorite cheese be? And I'm trying to remember how I ever got to that question, and I have no idea. Frankly, I have no idea what sequence of events in my brain could have ever led to that thought. But now I'm curious. If I was a bird, what would the most delicious cheese be? Why? Why? Of all the cheeses you could have said? Of all the cheeses you could have picked, you picked maggot cheese? That's just vile. That's just vile. I turned too soon. Oh well. I don't think you could ever pay... Well, you could probably pay me enough to try that, but man, it would be a lot of money. I wonder, you know, like, birds don't taste capsaicin, right? Which is like the the stuff that makes peppers spicy. Do you think there's anything else that they can't taste? That, like, we could normally taste? I'm kind of curious if there's, like, other flavor compounds that certain animals have immunity to that we don't. Especially if they're maladaptive, too. Like, you know, like, humans liking spicy food, it will never not be funny because it's literally, like, peppers don't even have a conscious ability to think, and they were still like, damn, bro, these mammals keep eating our shit. What if we make it so that it burns them so that they stop eating us? And then people are just like, it burns, yum. And then they just start fucking eating it to hurt themselves, like breeding hotter peppers. It should be studied how the human psyche convinced itself that pain is fun. I say, after making a bet to work my legs to the point of feeling like jelly. Just for the sake of it, you know, just cause, why not? Got the answer right there. No, you can't spike a seagull with a Carolina Reaper. In fact, you would just be playing yourself, because if the seagull didn't steal your food, now your food has Carolina Reaper in it, and you're just gonna fucking die. How am I missing this jump so much today, dude? Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh, dude. I'm gonna Google this after this run. Now I'm curious. Now I'm curious what flavors. You think do other animals get affected by alcohol? I wonder. Can you get other mammals drunk? Is that a thing? What would, like, a drunk dog be like? Would they just start barking at anything that moves? You got, like, different kinds of drunk dogs. You have the one that barks at everything. You have the one that just kind of sits there quietly, ruminating. What would, like, the dog equivalent of being really giggly be? Like, they're just wagging their tail forever? Sounds kind of cute. Don't actually get your drog. Don't get your drog dunked, guys. Okay, it's not a good run, but 7:21. That's our fastest today. That's our fastest so far. You know, that's progress. That's in the right direction. A lot better than 11. The sub 7 is definitely looking possible. Okay. Can other mammals get drunk? Animals getting high? 10 common drunks? What is this article? Wait, I need to read this. I need to read this. Here are 10 animals known for getting drunk or high on intoxicating wild plants. All right, chat, get your guesses in. What animals do you think are out here getting lit? What animals do you think are not fucking nerds, bro? Like, who's getting absolutely fried? There have been videos of monkeys just drinking, like, whiskey straight from the bottle. Damn, really? That's cold, bro. Holy shit. Let's see. Number 1. Wallabies on opium. Wallabies in Tasmania have been seen falling around and hopping in circles, apparently high, after feeding in local poppy fields. In 2009, the then State Attorney General Lara Giddings told a parliamentary estimates hearing, "We have a problem with wallabies entering poppy fields, getting high as a kite, and going around in circles." Dude, imagine you're a government official and you have to go into a hearing and being like, "Guys, the fucking wallabies keep getting high on opium. We can't let it keep happening." What the fuck? Dude. Alright, what else we got? Monkeys have a long history with alcohol on the Caribbean island of St. Kitts. Okay. Okay, we got some alcoholic monkeys. 12% drink heavily, 5% drink excessively, and a small group reject alcohol altogether. Juvenile monkeys also tend to drink more than adults. Wow. Kind of like us. Elephants and the marula tree African elephants got drunk off the fermenting fruit of the marula tree. Okay, I've never heard of that. Cool. So elephants getting lit. Reindeer. Whoever said deer, you were right. Lionel. Reindeer apparently like shrooms. Apparently reindeer like getting high on shrooms. This is crazy. What? The bright red mushrooms are considered poisonous and can cause dizziness in humans. So to avoid any nasty side effects, Siberian natives would get high by feeding the fungi to the reindeer and then drinking the animal's urine. What? What? That is actually insane, dude. What do you mean? That's so nasty. What the fuck? Dude. That is a different level of fiending, bro. That is a next level fiending. What do you mean? It's like, oh, this shit is poisonous, bro. We can't get high off of that. Nah, I got this, bro. We're gonna let the deers take the poison, and then we'll just drink the piss for the good stuff. Like, what the fuck? What the actual fuck? Oh my god, that's horrifying. I gotta take a break from reading that article. We can continue reading that article after the next run or something, bro. What? Today is a terrible day to have eyes. Or in your case, a terrible day to have ears, I guess. What the fuck, bro? I can't. I actually can't, bro. You know, though, it's kind of interesting to see how there's like so many different animals that are just out here doing drugs. It's not just a human thing. You know what? Maybe, you know, life is a deer. Shit gets hard. You know, it's like you'll be trying to cross the street and suddenly, you know, metal rectangle comes flying in. And you don't know what to do. You just kind of stand there. That shit could be traumatizing. Sometimes you just need to hit some mushrooms, I guess. They are not bound by society. Nope. It feels good. Yeah, I guess it's not just a human thing to lack the self-restraint. Me personally, I've never done any drugs. If you count alcohol, I have drank. But I feel like I don't know, people don't really count alcohol and drugs in like the same kind of grouping. I feel like, to be fair, most people who've done drugs, they've like tried weed. And weed, honestly, is same tier as alcohol. Like, it's not... I mean, I haven't tried it, so I can't speak from experience, but I'm pretty sure it's about the same tier as alcohol. Like, it's not really the same as doing, like, drugs, you know what I mean? Which I don't think you should ever do, because that shit is potentially extremely addictive, and that's dangerous. You don't want to be at a party one time and be like, oh, well, I mean, I guess, you know, if everybody's doing it, and then suddenly, you know, you're out on the street fiending for a needle. That's not the life that you want to have. It's not worth it. It's not worth it. It doesn't matter how good the high could ever be. I think I'm, like, exceptionally cautious towards stuff like that because, you know, I have ADHD, and among other things that make me more prone to addiction statistically. So I'm, like, very careful about what I'm willing to do, right? But I've also, you know, there was a time in my life where I was like, I'm never gonna drink. I don't have any reason to drink. I don't ever want to risk it. I don't want to be an alcoholic. And then I tried it, and it's like, well, I mean, you know, that was kind of cool. But I mean, like, I still barely ever drink, though. To be fair, I think part of the reason it's so easy for me to not want to drink is because alcohol costs too much fucking money, bro. Alcohol is too expensive, man. Like, let me just pay extra money to make my drink taste worse. Oh, excuse me. Let me pay extra money to make my drink taste worse, and I gotta buy enough of them that I can actually get buzzed and, like, get any sort of benefit for the extra money I'm spending? Nah, man. You got me messed up. I'm too stingy for that, bro. I'm like Mr. Krabs. I like money. That's me. That's my favorite flavor. Is the flavor of going home with those bills still in my wallet. That's why, you know, if I go out and somebody offers to buy me a drink, I'll be like, sure. Happily, you know. You know, if I'm hanging out, like a family thing or something, somebody offers me a drink, it's like, okay, sure. I'll have a drink. Why not? But, you know, if we're going out, I don't care if everybody else is ordering drinks. Most of the time, if it's on my bill, I'm having water. Call me lame. But I don't care. You know, I would be a sick designated driver if I wasn't just horrifyingly afraid of the idea of driving. I could totally be the designated driver, friend, if I wasn't deathly afraid of operating a vehicle. Unfortunate. Personally, just don't feel comfortable with losing mental acuity. See, I had the same thing, and I still have it to a degree. I've never gotten, like, wasted before. Never in my life. Because I'm scared that, well, first of all, like, why? Like, that's just, first of all, a good question is, why would I get wasted? Like, that's already a good starting point. But aside from that, you know, it's like I'm scared that I would overshare too much. I already definitely can be, like, well, the thing is, I feel like I still maintain, like, a pretty good amount of mental acuity when I have some drinks in me. I just tend to be a little bit more confident, you know. I laugh a lot more. I'm a really giggly drunk. From my experience, I just laugh a lot. That's like, honestly, if you think that I'm already a giggly person without, you know, when you see me sober, just like crank it up double, and that's me when I'm drunk, and that's about it. Honest to God, that's why I can have fun when I'm sober anyways, because I don't really feel like I change much as a person when I drink. I just become a bit more giggly. And that's honestly most of the change. Drink beer and go, oh, for sure. Are you kidding me? Like, beer is the most okay drink of all time. Like, I remember for a long time, you know, I heard people be like, oh, beer is so nasty. Beer tastes like piss. Beer is terrible. And I was like, yeah, I'm never trying beer. And I tried it, and it's like, you know what? Like, beer, it does not taste like piss. Like, not that I would know. This is not the first time I've had this exact conversation on stream, I swear. But, like, you know, beer, it doesn't taste that bad. But it doesn't taste good either. Like, it's just okay. You know what I mean? Like, I would never, ever order a beer myself. Like, there's no point in that for me. When I pick a drink for myself, it is whatever is gonna taste the least like alcohol most of the time. Something sweet, like a cocktail, or like a cooler, or, you know, like, I don't know, like a sour or something. Like, I don't care. Just not something that's not just like fucking beer or like whiskey or rum or shit like that. Maybe rum if you mix it. I haven't tried anything like that. I know a lot of people like rum and Coke. But then again, I'm not a huge fan of Coca-Cola, so like, I don't know. It tastes like battery acid. I didn't read that part in the message. That's funny. I wouldn't go as far as to say it tastes like battery acid, but you know. I guess it depends. Probably depends how strong it is. Also, I will say beer is so carried by being served cold. Like, cold beer is fine, but warm beer, way worse. Way worse if you actually, like, don't drink it quickly. Maybe that's why guys like chugging beers, bro. Because they gotta have that shit before it goes down to room temperature. Maybe that's what it is. Because, like, I personally, I prefer the approach of, like, you get a drink that tastes good and you just kind of sip on it, you know what I mean? I feel like it's a better philosophy to have because, you know, alcohol is expensive. Like, you might as, if you're gonna pay for a nice drink, you might as well taste good enough that you can just kind of, you know, like, be chilling, sip on it, enjoy yourself. It's not the fastest way to get drunk, but, like, I don't know, bro. If your whole, like, I don't know, if your whole MO is just trying to get drunk as quick as possible, it's just not for me. It's just not the life for me. have friends who maybe aren't quite that bad, but you know, they like to buy cheap alcohol and get drunk for cheap. I don't normally drink with them though. Being said though, I also feel like I can't drink that much alcohol. Not quickly anyway. I don't have enough experience to say that definitively, but I can recall 2 different times where my friend and I split. I can't remember if it was 1 or 2 bottles of soju, which is if it's 2, it was a lot, but I feel like it was just 1. I think it was 1 bottle of soju. And you know, we would just like have some pop or something to mix it with, and we'd drink like half of it each, and like an hour or 2 later, I'd end up throwing up. Maybe it's just soju, because that's only ever happened to me with soju. Maybe I just can't. Maybe my body just really doesn't like soju for some reason. I don't know why. I don't know what it would be about soju specifically, because I've never had this experience with any other drinks, but I just can't keep soju down. I don't know why. Is it that much stronger? Maybe. Maybe it is, but I mean, only like half a bottle. I don't feel like that's that much, is it? Maybe I'm an alcoholic. Yeah, well, obviously I'm not alcoholic, but like the opposite of an alcoholic. I think I've drank like maybe 6 or 7 times in like 3 years. Soju only like 14% is pretty high for what I guess, you know, that's like decently high, to be honest, on an empty set. That's actually, that might be it. I think that I didn't eat enough beforehand both times. Now that you mention it, I think that's correct. I gotta have a buffet first, and then I gotta get hammered. I am curious one day if I ever find myself in a future where I have a lot of money, if I will be more open to drinking socially with people. You guys ever feel that way about stuff where you're like, you have like something that you feel very like confident about? Like, I don't know, for me, like, I will drink socially on other people's dime, but I very, very rarely will actually pay to drink with other people. I don't know if I ever have. Maybe like once. Like, I think the only time I've actually bought my own drinks was on my 19th birthday, when I wanted to try it because I became legal. I think that's the only time that I've ever actually paid for my own alcohol. But you know, it's like if I had more money, it's like, I don't know, if I was out with people and we were drinking, I'd probably have a couple, you know. If I'm rich, I'm ordering delivery every day. Oh my god, not the delivery, dude. Wait. That is so dangerous, bro. I guess so though. Like, yeah, that could be nice. I'm like, that's actually one that would be interesting, because I never ever pay for delivery. It's just not worth it to me. I don't have money to be flinging around like that, dude. I do not have money to be paying for delivery. That's something that I've definitely come to terms with for myself. Is like, it's such a bad deal. Like, the price of delivery is oftentimes equal, if not more, than the price of the damn food. Like, there's no way I'm gonna pay that. I'm just gonna pick one of the couple of spots that I could walk to and just walk if I really don't want to, like, actually cook. You know what I mean? Always gonna be the case. But if I had enough money that, like, $20 didn't really matter to me, would I? Maybe. I feel like it's a slippery slope, though. You know what I mean? Like, that adds up so fast. If there's one thing that I've picked out of watching financial YouTube stuff, because I don't too often, but there's been a couple of times where I was into watching this one guy on YouTube named Caleb Hammer. I don't really watch him anymore. I feel like his show kind of became more rage baity over time. Feels less like actual advice and like trying to help people, which I miss. I like the old episodes better. But he did a show on YouTube called Financial Audit, where he would have people who are in debt come onto the show, and share their financial statements for the last month. And he would go over it, and, you know, it'd be kind of embarrassing for them, but then he would help them, like, make a budget plan, and, you know, later down the line, they would do, like, update episodes and stuff. And it was wholesome, right? It's, like, helping people get out of debt and spreading financial literacy. And I think that that's great. But if there's one thing that I took away from watching those, it's like, holy shit, dude. These people in debt fucking love Uber Eats and DoorDash. I always thought that delivery is a rich man's privilege. And that might be the case, but man, a lot of people get themselves in debt by being lazy and getting into the habit of paying for delivery all the time. Because, like, when you're broke like that, you can't even afford to be eating out. Like, you shouldn't be buying fast food, period. You know what I mean? It's just a bad idea. But it's that much worse when you already probably shouldn't even be paying for fast food. And you're like, I mean, fuck it, you know? Like, I'm already giving, you know, I'm shelling out too much anyway. I might as well also just get delivery and be lazy. Like, yeah, fast food has become so expensive. It's not cheap. No, fast food costs too much, bro. Like, I still eat out probably more than I should. I eat out like once or twice a week most of the time, and I want to cut that back. I think if it's anything for me, I'm trying to cut back on eating fast food and ultra processed stuff like chips and candy and shit like that. I want to cut myself back on. Because I think that, like, aside from anything else, that stuff is, like, really bad for your health in ways that, like, it goes beyond just the ingredients. I feel like it's worse than just the ingredients. Like, eating, I don't know, I feel like if you were to make a chicken sandwich at home and fry it, I don't know, like, pan fry it instead of, like, you know, deep frying it, that alone would, like, turn it from something that you definitely should not eat into, like, something that would be totally fine. Even if you put, like, mayo and, like, pickles and whatever on it, you know, like the salty pickles and shit, I feel like I would still be fine. But it's something about, like, the preparation is bad. But also, aside from that, like, I've always known that processed food is not good for you. That never stopped me before. But, like, it's too expensive now. Like, bro, I gotta pay, like, $5 for a bag of chips at the grocery store where it's supposed to be, like, a decent price. And it's, like, 6 something at like, a corner store or, like, a drug mart or whatever. Like, bro. You know, I'm trying to, you know, I want to go get a pizza or, like, a chicken sandwich, and that shit is, like, $12? Like, bro, that's so much money. That's so much money. Pizza on paper is not, like, as bad of a deal because it's a lot of food, but the problem is that I'll just eat the whole pizza in one sitting. Like, it doesn't matter if you could portion 2, maybe even 3 meals out of a pizza. Because I'm a fat ass, bro. If I have a medium-sized pizza and I'm sat down watching a video, I'm gonna look up and that shit is gone. You know, it's the same thing, like, they'll sell chips and the bag will say, like, family size. If I sit down with that and I start a YouTube spree, I'm turning into a family. That's all I'm gonna say. Like, it does not matter. I will say, bro, the serving size that they put on the chips bag has to be, like, the biggest joke of the century. The fact they'll put, like, the nutrition facts for a bag of chips on the back, and you'll look and it'll be like per 25 chips. Like, okay, man, that's like a few handfuls. Who's only gonna sit down and eat? Or, like, 25 is not actually that bad. I feel like I've seen it as low as like 8 chips or something. It's like, who's gonna eat 8 chips? Who on earth is only gonna eat 8 chips sitting down with a whole bag? Like, nah. That's coping. That's coping for sure. Yeah, exactly. Of course, that's how it is. You eat the whole bag because they're not filling. You know what I mean? Aside from anything else, you would think something that has so much fat and, like, so much salt would be, like, filling. Like, you'd feel bloated. That's what you would think. But in reality, like, they've, like, perfectly optimized junk food to be as terrible for you as possible. It's like, as as maximally bad for your health per, like, it's as simultaneously bad for your health while not satiating you, like, at all. So you'll eat a bunch of it, feel like shit, and then also be craving the same stuff that's bad for you and feel compelled to go back because you're gonna have more withdrawal because you ate more of it. It's like cartoonishly evil if you think about it. Because when you go to buy it, it's just like, potato chip yum. Me like flavor dust. And then in reality, you know, the companies are out here, you know, making it as financially punishing as possible to buy a small portion size so that you'll eat more. And you would think, like, wouldn't they want to, like, you know, make it so that they don't have to sell as much product relative to how much money they get? And it's like, well, you know, if they sell you more and you eat more and you get more addicted, you're more likely to keep buying. And that's how they make the most money. And that's like the most harrowing conclusion that you can come to out of all of it with the food industry. Is that most of the food industry wants to see you be fat, out of shape, in a bad mental space, have no energy, as long as it means that you will later crave all of the stuff that makes your body feel like shit, and you will come back to them and pay for it because it is more accessible for you to get it from there than to make anything like that yourself. It's how they get you. It's how they get you. Thankful every day that even though I honestly have, for all of my life, eaten more junk than I should have, that I never became, like, obese because of it. Or developed any major health conditions. Because I feel like there are a lot of people in my shoes that probably could have. You know, I take my metabolism for granted. I can eat a lot of shit and come out of it on the other side at a pretty average weight. Surprisingly, you know what I mean? Although, to be fair, I will say I was actually underweight until like about 2 years ago. And it's not because I was healthy. It's because I would still eat bad stuff, but I would just eat like not that much in a given day. And so I'd be able to like convince myself that my health was fine, even though I was eating a lot of junk, because I was skinny, right? And it wasn't, you know, immediately like a day-to-day hindrance to me. But it's actually surprising. Like, food can relate to a lot more like mental fog than you would think it can. It affects stuff a lot. I will say, like, I did eating therapy for like a couple of months. And that's, as silly as it sounds, you know, right? I had an eating disorder, so I had to learn how to enjoy different foods and, like, you know, teach my body to be okay with stuff like that. And also, like, while you're there, they teach you, they teach you like more healthy eating habits, right? And it was interesting for me when I came out the other side of it, and, you know, I felt like my brain was so clear. Like, I wasn't eating nearly as much processed food, and I felt, like, really good. Admittedly, I went back in a lot of ways, because it's exhausting to try, like, new food all the time, and to cook every single thing yourself, and, you know, frankly, I'm gonna be honest, right? They might heavily recommend it. 3 meals and 2 snacks a day? That's a lot of food, man. That's a lot of food to eat. Like, I remember when I was in my eating therapy, one of the rules is that you're not allowed to go more than 4 waking hours without eating something. And by something, it means, like, if it's a snack, it should usually be multifaceted. So, like, I don't know, if you wanted to have a bowl of yogurt, you gotta add some fruit or like some nuts or like something, right? It can't just be like a very light singular thing, you know? Like, if I wanted to have some fruit, like 1 banana would not count as a snack. It would have to be like a banana and something. And it's like, that's crazy, man. That's too much food. For all the time? Like, nah. Sometimes I just want to eat a banana and I'm good. Or like, you know, just something very light. But, or, you know, like, so I just like eating the same meal over and over again as well, because it's just easy. I know exactly what I'm getting. And it just feels nice, you know? Something that's convenient to make over and over and gives me, like, a good nutritional baseline is good enough. You know what I mean? It's good enough for me. But it was definitely interesting, though. Like, I learned a lot when I did eating therapy. I feel like it's something they should teach you in school that they don't. I think everybody should learn more about, like, how eating can affect your day-to-day life and try to experience that firsthand, even if you don't have an eating disorder like I did. Oh, my brain. I'm just gonna play out a run. It's been a while since we actually finished a run. Same meal for days, weeks, months until you absolutely despise that meal and never eat it again. I don't know if I can hit that point. I don't know if it's like a neurodivergence thing, but I've been eating like chicken, rice, and vegetables, which has got to be one of the plainest things you could eat. To be fair, I like spicing the chicken, of course. I like having spicy chicken, but that combo of 3 I've been eating for years, like on the daily. And even before that, when I was in worse health, I would still eat chicken and fries. That was like the before I evolved to rice, is that I would do chicken and fries like every day. And I've been doing that for probably my entire life. Deadass. I forgot that I was supposed to play out the run. I just impulse reset. Okay, I won't reset this run. But like, I've been eating that for like as long as I've been alive, bro. And it will never grow off of me, bro. It's old reliable, dude. It's the old reliable meal. I can just do that any day and it'll hit for me. And I feel blessed for that, because some people, you know, they be getting bored of their food. They gotta like get creative. I'm over here like, nah, bro. Chicken, rice, and vegetable on the 2,538th time, that shit still slaps. Struggle college meal every day. Nah, it's good, bro. I do like the exact same plate every time. I do chicken, I do rice, and then I do carrots and broccoli. I steam it a little bit, little salt, sometimes some pepper, and that's enough for me. Honestly. I will say it got a lot better when I started using salt. I had a long time where I did not use salt, and I don't know how I did that, because it was not great. It was like I was forcing myself when it was back then, and then I started adding a little salt, and I was like, oh damn, this shit good. But that's like my like #1 spammable meal, is I just do that, and it just always works for me. It always feels comforting. It's a comfort meal for me, I feel like. Everything's simple, everything tastes good. I can just kind of alternate between them. You know, the rice is a good palate cleanser. Get the spice from the chicken, you know, like the meatiness is always good. And the vegetables, they have like a nice like different note. You know, the carrots a little sweet. Salt makes everything a little savory, a little salty. I don't even know how you describe the taste of broccoli, but it tastes good. I like broccoli. I remember I thought broccoli sucked back before I could eat cooked vegetables, like, because that was one thing for me, is I could never handle cooked vegetables before, because I had a stigma around them from my eating disorder, and so I would only ever try to eat vegetables raw, and so broccoli obviously fucking sucked when you eat it raw. And then I got to a point where I could enjoy cooked vegetables, you know, depending how it's done, right? But if it's done the way I like it, I like them. And I was like, damn, broccoli, I was not familiar with your game, bro. I thought this was just one of those, like, superfood that you're supposed to eat because good for you, but nobody actually likes it. I thought it would be kind of like kale in that regard or something like that. By the way, kale sucks. Oh my god, quick rant. I used to have a lizard. I used to have a bearded dragon when I was younger. And I defeated kale. And we would buy... The problem is we could only buy kale in a size that was way too much for my lizard. So every day for lunch, I would eat kale as like a salad green with like peppers and tomatoes and stuff. And it was actually like, I had to try and get a pepper or like a tomato or something in every single bite, because if I actually let the kale hit my tongue properly, It was so ass. It was so bitter. It sucked, dude. It was terrible. Oh my god. Never force yourself to eat raw kale. Don't. If you love yourself, never put yourself in that situation. I definitely should have, but I mean the thing is I didn't like cooked vegetables at that time, so I couldn't have even like looked for a way to cook it properly. It was struggle time out there, bro. It was struggle times. I like never ate vegetables growing up because all vegetables are buffed by being cooked except for like I don't know, maybe carrots. Carrots are good raw and cooked, but like all other vegetables I can think of pretty much are always better when you cook them. And I could never appreciate that growing up, and that kind of stank, bro. That was unfortunate. But now, as an adult, it's like, yo, that shit kind of gas. No salt, genuine heresy. I know. I know. You gotta understand, man. I was an extremely picky eater for a very long time, and so it took me a while to realize, like, I spent most of my life not treating food as an experience to be enjoyed and rather treating it as a requirement to be alive. Which is sad. It's sad that it took me so long to realize that food can actually be nice. But it is how I operated for a long time. Love simple foods. I have a pool of 8 lunch things and 5 dinner things and just switch between them. Yeah, I mean, to be fair, 13 meal options is a lot more than I have in my regular arsenal. But I respect that. You know, I feel like given a good few years, I'll probably be in the same boat. But yeah, you know, it's like you just have those foods where it's like, you know, that nutritionally they do what you want. They taste good. You know, you can kind of just go into it and know what you're getting. And that's honestly nice. Having like those aspects of your day-to-day routine where you know exactly what you're going to get and you can just sort of find solace in that routine. I feel like those habitual things are really great. I want to foster more like habitual normalcy in my life. I feel like everything that I've established as like a good habit always is like such a good quality of life improvement. I think it's been more than 7 minutes. Yeah, but not on this run though. This run is on 5 minutes and 14 right now, actually. Oh my, I'm noobing though. I'm sucking. Maybe it will be more. No, I got this. I got this. Lock in. Oh, you guys are actually defending me. Thank you, Ender. So far, I haven't actually gotten a sub 7 run today, so he's not that wrong. But you know what? Oh, okay. Well, maybe not actually. That's not the most brutal fall, but it would have to be pretty perfect from here. Let's see. See what I can do. Let me turn it on real quick. I'm toggling. I'm toggling in Jump King somehow. Oh my god, I lied. I'm toggling my noob cheats. Okay, well this is probably not under 7. I can get under 8 again. It's progress. I'm de-rusting still. Even though we're 2 hours in, I am still de-rusting, admittedly. I gotta get a better feel for that jump, because I keep undershooting that jump, man. It's just my muscle memory. It's washed. It's been too long since I've grinded this game. Boom. Boom. Okay, let's first try the tower. No! Oh, on the last one, man. Of course. Of course. That could have been like 7-10. Ah. Oh, it's evil that you could still hear the violin music playing in your ear after you fall on the last screen, man. That's diabolical that they left that in. Oh, now I actually did miss a jump on the tower. I definitely feel like I'm better at the tower than a lot of other sections in the game. Even though it's supposed to be like the last one, I don't feel like the tower is actually that hard for the most part. It's definitely not the easiest, but it's far from the hardest either. Oh, the violin's not here when you get there the second time. All right, 805. 805's not too bad. This is the first run, Terraria. Oh, you mean like when I was doing hardcores? When I was doing hardcore runs? Or is there like a different Terraria reference with that? A deep cut, maybe. I'm trying. Was there really a hardcore stream where I was dying that much? There probably was. There probably was. I had a bit of a phase where we were doing a fair few hardcore runs. I haven't tried in a while. Maybe we'll have to go back. What if we did a Minecraft hardcore attempt? That would be so dumb, though. I don't know if I've ever even beaten the Ender Dragon in Minecraft before. I mean, to be fair, I don't think the Ender Dragon's actually that hard. Like, I probably could first try it. Well, yeah, I know. I've played Minecraft for so long, and I've never actually killed the Ender Dragon before. I don't think that's that rare. I think there's a lot of people that have played Minecraft for years and never bothered actually beating the game. Is that actually an unpopular opinion? Like, I don't know. I feel like a lot of the time, I don't go into Minecraft thinking that, like, you know, like, oh yeah, man, I can't wait to go beat the Ender Dragon. I don't think I've ever thought that, but to be fair, I've never tried speedrunning Minecraft. Well, I mean, Minecraft speedrunning would be so tilting, though, because of the seeds. The seed variants would be so annoying for speedrunning Minecraft, I swear. Ender Dragon's not bad. The Wither is harder to kill. Oh, I could totally imagine that, yeah. I would definitely think Wither would be a lot harder to kill. Unlocking the rest of the end is very useful. Oh, you know what? Okay, so here's probably what the difference is that I got back into Minecraft a little bit when I started streaming again. But before, other than that, right? I don't think I really played. I had a long while, like a good several years that I wasn't really playing Minecraft. It's like I played a lot in like my early teens, and then I didn't play for quite some time, and then I came back to it a bit when I started streaming again. And that was back before the End Cities and I think even Elytras and stuff existed. Like it was back when the Ender Dragon kind of led to nothing, you know what I mean? So I also never really played survival back then. Like I would mostly be playing servers with my friends. Either we would, you know, do something for like, I don't know, a few days, maybe a week or two. Or more often, you know, we'd go on like Mineplex or Hypixel or something like that and just play mini games and shit. Or like I liked playing Pixelmon with my friend a lot as well. We would do it as like a way to like have like a co-op Pokemon type experience. So like I never really played survival enough to have the drive to beat the game. And back then it's not like there was much gated behind it either. It was just different times, bro. It was simpler times. Back in my day, when the Ender Dragon had nothing. Back in my day. Yes, I figured out how to do the old person voice. I've been thinking about this one voice message that Echo sent in the server with like such a good old person voice, and I've been like, man, I wish I could do an old man voice. That sounds so funny to have in the arsenal. I just haven't thought about that in like a little bit. Oh my god. Back in my day, there was no Elytra. That's not even a good old person voice. That's a terrible old person voice, bro. I sound like an old lady more than an old guy. My voice, dude. This is what's gonna happen to me. Am I gonna age into a grandma? Will you guys still watch me when I sound like a creaky old grandma? Yeah, I definitely was using my falsetto for it. Well, how do you make it thin enough? How do you make your voice thin enough to sound old without using falsetto? That's like hard, dude. I would be a bomb grandma because I would totally make my grandkids like a billion cookies that would be really good. I would be the worst. You'd have to watch giving your grandkids to me, bro. I'd make them fat. Maybe I just need to embrace the idea of breaking stereotypes, right? I need to grow up, find myself a wife who's like really handy, knows how to like repair a car, fix all the kids' toys or whatever. Somebody who's got like the handy side of things down, and I'll be the one that does all the cooking for I don't know that I would ever have kids, let alone grandkids, but like I don't know, or like nieces and nephews. I'll be the one who fattens them up. That would be fun. I don't know. I have a hard time imagining that I would ever end up with somebody who's like really handy like that. Maybe. I guess I totally could. I think that if I ever settle down with somebody, it'll be another creative person. I don't really care what medium it is, I don't think particularly. I just need somebody who can understand like the creative mind, you know what I mean? Somebody who I can like share that sort of experience and like state with, you know, of like wanting to express things through a certain medium. I think if I can find somebody who's like that and has good communication skills, honestly, I could be chilling. I could chill with somebody for life like that. Because I could see myself dying alone, but I could also see myself being like one of those people that's just married for like 50, 60 years. Could go either way, to be honest. It really just depends if I find somebody chill enough or not. I don't know. I don't think about that stuff that often because I'm not financially stable. So I'm not really on the market yet. Because I wouldn't want to date somebody long term who's not financially stable, but also like I'm not. So I'm just like, well, I guess I'm not on the market yet. Gotta wait. Oh, okay, that's not actually a bad fall at least. Well, that might be. Oh, dude, I'm getting so lucky. That was so troll. Okay, you know what? 633? That is a lot closer to what we're looking for. Finally, at least a run that's true to the title. I can't even speak. I'm speechless. All right. You know what? That's under 7. I could still do better. Still not sub 630. But it is under 7. Title is no longer clickbait. We take those 6 or 7 minutes, he said. Hey, you know what? I did it. It took me 2 hours. It took me about an hour and a half longer than I thought it would. But I'm still gonna go for a better run than that though. Let it be known. We're not done. I'm not finished yet. I can do better than that. I got one more in me. Pretty good. Thank you. GG, thank you. It's truly an honor. I have a question for you guys. How many hours do you think I have on Jump King? Knowing that a good run takes me 6 minutes, how many hours do you guys think that I have? Oh God, I actually have more than I thought. I have more than I thought, actually. I just checked. Wow. What's your best guess? Hit me with your soul read. What? That's true. You know what? I'll drink to that. Water check. Alright, it's been a while since we made a bet, though. Let's do another bet. Let's do another bet. Now that I'm feeling a little bit more in form, here's the new bet, okay? Every minute I am over my PB for today, every minute over 6:33, I will do 10 seconds of plank. We're gonna do this as a group, okay? If I beat the time, we all do 10 seconds, and if I fail, then I'll do at least 10 seconds, and we'll see. Plank is one of my worst, so I'm a little nervous. This could be really bad. I might honestly, if it comes to it, I will just plank to failure, because I actually probably will fail. Also, oh my god, Ender 1268. Okay. I have games that I have way over 1268 on, but this is not one of them. Yeah, you're definitely. I would have like a sub 5-minute run easily if I had over 1,000 hours in this game. No, the actual answer is it's not too bad actually. It's 62. I have 62 hours on Jump King, which, depending on your perspective, could be a lot. It could also be like 62. That's nothing. But given that I haven't beaten either of the DLCs, I feel like that's a fair amount. We gotta come back to the DLCs one of these days. I played through a decent amount of the first DLC on stream when I was a new baby VTuber, like a couple months in. I remember that stream was one of the most uncomfortable streams of my life because it was back before I had a good feeling for like setting boundaries with chatting and just like banning people who were weird, and I just got more like really fucking weird people who were like first time chatters than I ever have in any other stream. It was one of the strangest streams of my life. Was gaslit? Doesn't feel like a shockingly high amount. It's really not. It's more than I thought I had. You know, admittedly, what's funnier than that is that I've almost overtaken that with my Balatro hours in 1 week. And I probably will by the end of the 1 week. There's a decent chance I will, because I'm going to be so for real. There's a good chance that after stream today, I'm going to go play some more Balatro. Okay. Let me... You guys want shocking then? Let me ask you an embarrassing one then. Let me share an embarrassing fact with you. Something that I don't think I've ever said on stream. I want you to guess, what do you think my most played game is, and how many hours do you think I have on it? And I will preface by saying that I probably have at least 1,000 hours on that game that were AFK'd. I don't know why. I don't know why I have that from when I was younger. I just would always forget to close the game. So I do admittedly have like 1,000 fake hours, but take your best guess. The Sims? Oh my god, The Sims would be crazy. It's not The Sims, but I do actually like The Sims. I haven't played The Sims in a really long time. We should do that. We should do a Sims stream, bro. We should 100% do a Sims stream. That'd be fun. I used to play The Sims more when I was younger because my sister used to really like The Sims. I don't know if she still plays it, but I remember me and my sister would be on The Sims back in the day, bro. I only ever really got into The Sims 4 though. I never played any of the ones from before that. Sims 4 is fun though. I like it. Okay, this run is not great, admittedly. It's looking like I'm gonna have to plank. The question is how long? The run's not terrible yet either. Can we get some hints? Okay. The game is a probably okay. The game is either a very casual mobile game or like level 1000 autism shit. Depending how you play it. And there's a good chance that you probably downloaded it onto one of your devices at some point in your life. Candy Crush? No. Nope, not Candy Crush. That's not challenging enough. You're not supposed to AFK it. I'm just saying my hours are inflated. You don't get anything for AFKing. AFKing actually plays nothing into it. I'll give you another hint. It's like kind of a rhythm game, kind of not. I feel like it's debated whether it's a rhythm game or not. It's a game with music. No, it's not an idle game. Nope. I feel like we're playing like Akinator right now. Twinator, that's me. Behold, Blurry the Platypus, the Twinator. Bum bum. Dramatic sound effect. I guess it would be the Twinator. Fuck. Parappa? No, it's not Parappa. Can you play Parappa on mobile? I don't know. I have no idea if you can, actually. Maybe. I don't think I've ever played Parappa, though. I'd like to. Yeah, it makes sense. Okay. I'll actually wait. I'll wait to tell you guys until I'm done the runs, because I don't actually know what my hours are. I have no idea what my hours are. I'll have to check. I would also like to preface it by saying I haven't played this game in years, like over 5 years, I don't think. At least not seriously. Definitely not seriously in over 5 years. Oh, I did this way. Oh, this is like the weird route. It's okay. But it's like, it's the game that I found my OG friend group in. Like, if you guys have seen like Cheen or Azza or Skyjax or Virtual, if you've seen any of those names, Semi-Space, if you've seen any of those names, some of the boys with the wrenches in my stream, those are all friends that I met playing this game back in the day. We played this game, we added each other up on Skype. That's how my whole OG friend group are all Europeans, even though I'm Canadian, is we all met back in the day playing this game. Oh my god, I suck! Ah! Come on, we're already at 7 minutes. I gotta lock in so that I don't have to plank for until I fucking fail. 10-second plank would be light. I would love that. That'd be nice and easy, man. Okay. Haha. Ha, you guys thought I would actually have to do a long plank. It's only 10 seconds. Haha. Finally. Finally, I don't fuck myself on one of these bets. Clash Royale, Clash of Clans. Nah, that's super normal though. I could see that. I don't know where music would play into that, but the game was Geometry Dash. And the number of hours admittedly inflated by over 1,000, I'm pretty sure. How did I play this game for so many hours? What is wrong with me? Oh man. Oh man. Oh man. Oh my god. Okay, I played this game for a lot of years too. How many years did I play this game for? Wait, let me think. I think I played the game for like 6 or 7 years, maybe even 8. Something in that ballpark, I want to say. Or maybe not, maybe it was like 5. Anyway, I played for a lot of years, but I have 6,000. 6,000 892.6 hours on Steam. Dude. I'm adding another 10 seconds to my plank just for that, honestly. Just because what was wrong with me, bro? That's so many hours. You know what's crazy? You know what's crazy? I was never even good at Geometry Dash. I was never even good at Geometry Dash. I liked building levels, and I was terrible at decorating, too. I just liked building gameplay. That is it. That is all I did on that game. For like 6,000 hours. It was probably realistically more like 5,000, but still, that's insane. That's actually fucking ridiculous. Okay, 20-second plank. This shit gonna be easy. Check me out. Check me out. All right. Let me get into position. Dude, I don't have enough floor space to like stretch my body out. Okay. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16, 17, 18, 19, 20. Easy. I'm actually surprised that was free. I probably could have gone at least double that. Maybe I can do a minute plank, honestly. Honestly, maybe I could do a minute plank. I'm stronger than I thought. I thought I was like super weak. Holy. Should I know how much time I have on Minecraft? Oh, dude, wait, that's a good point. I probably have thousands in Minecraft too, now I think about it. I used to play so much Minecraft growing up. Why the girl in Jump King? What do you mean, why the girl in Jump King? Kind of bad, though. The game is literally called Jump King. There's a smoking hot babe at the top. That's the whole point. The whole point is that the girl at the top is kind of bad, though. Imagine if you went through all of this effort. You climbed all the way up this tower. And the girl at the top wasn't kind of bad, though. Imagine you got catfished as the Jump King. Do you just jump off the edge at that point? Can you imagine you climb all the way up? You know, the pretty music starts playing, and you're just like, nah, fuck this shit, bro. She just watches you jump back down. Shit, I might jump too at that point. Dude, it would be so over. Be so over for you if that happened, man. Oh my god. That would be violating. That would actually be violating so hard. No, I mean, Jump King is like, it's such a silly premise. Maybe the first time it was for the babe, but after that, I don't care about the babe anymore, bro. I just want to see the number go down. I'm desensitized. It is crazy how much of a difference, like, your first clear of Jump King it takes compared to, like, the second and then the third and so on. Like, I feel like the beating it for fun to the speed running it for fun pipeline happens so fast in this game. Because when you're still learning all the lineups and everything for the first time, I think my first Jump King playthrough took something like 8 hours, if I remember correctly. And then after that, I think my second beating of the game took like 1 hour. And then I think the third time it was like 20 minutes. And then after that, you know, obviously as you get faster, like the returns will become more diminishing. But it is crazy how much you can shave off going from your first win to your second. And it makes sense too, but I don't know, that's like some of the fun of these like Faudian games is like, they feel like such bullshit when you're playing them for the first time. They feel so stupid. But then you start to like actually get used to the controls and it actually becomes like kind of fun because they're games that are 100% skill based. You know what I mean? It's like everything that goes wrong is because you messed it up, but everything that goes right is 100% because you were just goated. You're just the best. Unlike me right now, keeps hitting the wall. You know, it's like you get to fully own that victory, and that's kind of sick. I don't get into games like this very often anymore, because as I've gotten older, I think I have other things that I want to dedicate my time practicing to, and it's not even just my time, right? Because I have time. I would be lying. I would be big lying if I was like, yeah, I don't have time to get good at games anymore. But it's more so like, especially because I was literally grinding Osu like crazy until like a month ago. But it's more so like I have other things that I want to work on improving at. Like music is a big one for me. That, you know, it takes my energy. And I don't want to clock into a game that feels like, you know, it's like, well, I got to clock in for my shift at grinding this game today and getting frustrated because I know that every single time I keep messing it up and it's 100% my fault and it won't go away until I just get good, right? Knowing that, the wins feel great, but damn, when you're tired, the losses fucking suck, dude. Like, getting good at games is very mentally taxing. Like, there's a lot of games that I'm still really good at, but I feel like it's more so like just a party trick for me to like pull out the games that I'm already good at than for me to like find new games to become really good at, because it's so much effort, dude. It's so hard. That being said, I am having a very fun time getting better at Balatro right now. But also Balatro is like, it's different, bro. It's not that skill-based. It's fun because there's enough strategy that it still feels like your decisions have a good amount of influence. And like I said, I like probability management games. But at the same time, it is like, let's go gambling. Like, you know, you start up a run and sometimes you just don't find anything that is good enough to win. And it's like, all right, go next. Oh, hold on. I haven't even made a mistake yet in this run. This run has got the potential to be some sauce, bro. Hold on. This could be like PB. I mean, we're only like a third through the run, but no mistakes so far. Kind of clean. Well, I'm making the executive decision to lock in. Kind of crazy. We're at a Stormwall Pass with no falls. It's actually really good. So far, this run is actually like insane. This is insane pace. I really hope that I get a good end game here. Or started good enough runs that could get to anti 10-11, then it kind of dried up. Oh, anti 11 is fucked up. Dude, I'm terrible at getting good runs on endless, to be honest. Scaling into endless mode is so much harder than just beating the game. But I'm having fun going for like gold. I want to try and get gold stake done on the red deck. I just finished purple stake today, so it's only 2 to go for me. It's orange stake, and then I think I have gold. Okay. No! Ah! That'll cost me a bit. Falling on this section kind of sucks, because it's a decent amount of time lost, but it's okay. Like, we're still on a great run. This could definitely be PB, I think. with only one fall. Admittedly, this is one of the worst sections in the game to fall on because the wind cycles usually elongate like how bad of a fall it is, but it's okay. I'm gonna just lock in. That was kind of dumb. Oh, I undershot that again, man. I've undershot that so many times today. Ah. I gotta send it with more than I think I should. There we go. Oh, I'm trolling, man. Oh. Oh, man. This could have been. This could have been sub 630. This was close. This is a good run. Still sub 7, maybe? Another sub 7 for the fans. Not me messing up on the tower so much today. Well, not even like today. I've actually been pretty good on the tower. Well, I guess earlier I was really bad on the tower, but I was on a pretty hot streak with this section for a bit. Now I'm undershooting some stuff. What was? I don't even know what possessed me to go that way. Oh, psh. Okay, boink, boink. Oh boy. Can't be doing this if I want PB. Still though, I mean, I've had like flawless tower run today. I could genuinely get sub 6 today, which is actually kind of insane. I don't know. I've never had a sub 6 before. I haven't even been. I mean, 6:10 is decently close, but it's also like 10 seconds is far enough away. It doesn't feel that close. You know what I mean? You know, the further up you go with speedrunning, 10 seconds but goes from, you know, like, not that much to, like, a lot. 10-second PB is crazy. Yeah, this is gonna be barely sub 8, right? 754. Meh. You know. It is. Wait, let me check something. Calliope, Mori, Jump King. Hers was 756. Okay, even on a meh run, I still beat it. Yes, we got the babe for like the 7th or 8th time today. I still think the fact that he looks up the skirt while using her as an umbrella is crazy choice. Crazy choice to just throw that in there. It is definitely questionable. It's pretty unhinged, bro. I'm not gonna lie. Maybe a better question though, is that during that sequence, the babe laughs. But how does she even know that he looked up? Because she's like above him and the skirt is like curtained out in a way that it covers, you know, like everything, like it's an umbrella. So how did she know? How did she know? Some may never have an idea. Lionel. It's just secretly Lionel under this giant suit of armor. I could imagine that. I think there would be a lot of empty space in the armor suit if that was the case, but you know. Or maybe not. I mean, you know, if you look at it, the Jump King does kind of look pretty short. He is a bit of a short king. So you know what? Maybe you would fit just right. Not, yeah, I was initially thinking of it as being buff. But then the opportunity presented itself to me. And how could I not? Like me personally, I could never be short. I am pretty average height though. I'm like 5'10". But I remember back when I was early days at my old job, when I was working at the anime store, I had exclusively, not just exclusively female coworkers, but I worked only with a bunch of Asian girls. And I don't necessarily mean anything by that, but I think statistically they are like a bit shorter normally, right? Anyway, I worked with a bunch of girls. None of them were tall. And so I colloquially, as the only guy there, earned the title of Tall King. Just for being an average height dude. Because if they ever needed somebody to reach something, they would be like, oh my god, I need help. I need a Tall King to come over here and grab this off of the shelf. And I'll be like, okay. I was like so begrudging about it. I was like, I'm not even tall, but all right. Because I was so much grumpier back then. I was just like so tired. You guys have no idea how tired of a person I used to be. I was so jaded. That's probably the best way to put it. I was very jaded in a lot of ways, but it was really funny. I won't lie. It was definitely funny. And it was even better that when they finally hired another dude, he was short. Actually, the next two dudes they hired were short. So I was still Tall King even when there was other guys around, which was funny. The other thing that was funny is you guys know that canonically speaking, I have long brown hair in real life. And our regional manager was the only tall girl in the whole company who also had long brown hair and had like the same complexion as me. So every now and then when we were around, or like when I would be like, I don't know, like rummaging around in the back or something, and people would just see me from behind, right? They just see my hair. And they would be like, I would turn around and they'd be like, oh my god, I thought our regional manager was in today when I saw you. I would just like jump scare people into thinking that the regional manager was at the store for some reason. Because they would get us mixed up from behind. Which I thought was really funny. You know, our regional manager was kind of scary. But overall, she was a pretty decent person. She was nice. The Twanager, yes, of course. Yes, they thought it was the regional Twanager, but no. It was just the Twales associate, actually. Just a regular old Twales associate. Nothing special, nothing to see here. You know what was actually really annoying now that I think back to it? So when I was working retail, I was a sales associate by job title. But realistically, we did everything, right? You did sales, you did cash, you did like stocking and merchandising. Like it was a pretty small store. So at that point, you would do like everything that a regular like low end retail person could feasibly be doing, right? And I remember on my not my first month, because I started in November. I started midway through November, and actually my first day went so badly that I almost quit in one day. I literally cried. But I stuck with it. And in my second month, in December, I unintentionally had the most commissions during holiday season. And so for the entire rest of my retail career, they would just always be like, you know, Twi, you're really good at sales. You know, you sure you don't want to go on the floor right now? And I'd be like, I'm sure, bro. Like, please, please, man. Like, look, if you need somebody on the floor, I can. But, like, I would much rather be doing literally anything else. Like, my favorite was to work the door, because I would just stand at the door and manage the store capacity. You know, I'd just say hello to people as they walk in, tell them to have a nice day as they walk out. You know, if they had a question, I'd answer it, but usually they bug the salespeople and not me. So I would just turn my brain off. I would literally just stand at the door and turn my brain off, and I would just stand there for a few hours and get paid. You know what I mean? And in some ways, it could be boring, but it was so chill, dude. And, like, the worst part about it is that I was really good at sales, and they know that, so they want me on sales. But then they would also, like, backseat my technique in a way that would make it worse, and it always pissed me off when they would do that. Like, what it is, right, is I was the leader of sales without being aggressive about sales at all. That's why I say it was more or less, like, not very intentional for me to have the most commissions, because I'm not an aggressive salesperson at all. What it is I will be friendly to people. I let them talk about whatever they're interested in, because we're selling merch, bro. Like, we're selling, like, game and anime merch. So I'll let them nerd out, you know, I'll feed the conversation. And if I ever sense that somebody is on the fence about buying something, I'll, like, give them, like, a little nudge, you know. I would tell them that, you know, like, it's a really good product, or, like, a lot of people have been enjoying it, or, you know, that it would look really cute with them, or whatever, right? And a lot of the time, that little push is all they would need to go from, you know, like, not sure to, okay, I'm gonna buy it. And admittedly, this is not a good sales tactic to upsell people on, like, a bunch of products. But at the time in our store, a commission was just if you have anybody who makes a purchase that has a subtotal of $100 or higher. And some of the merch there did cost more than $100, as exorbitant as that is. So if you could just talk to the people who were looking at the expensive stuff, 90% of the time they would see the price and they'd be like, oh shit, bro, no way. And they would just leave. And it's like, all right, no problem. You know, like, have a nice day. I totally get that. But if somebody was gonna, you know, be interested in it and they had the money, I'd get the commission for it, right? And so I got a boatload of commissions off of that and selling, like, advent calendars and stuff. Just any product in the store that was over $100, I had a really good conversion rate of people who were, like, mildly to moderately interested going from that to buying one, right? And that was how I did all of my sales. But they would, like, try and push me to be more aggressive with sales sometimes, or at least hint at it. And I'm like, bro, I'm your top salesperson. Don't tell me how to play the game. All right? If you want to go and annoy everybody to the point where they feel like they're being disturbed from their shopping experience and they're just going to leave, get on the floor and do it yourself. I'm not doing that. It's exactly like, I don't know, when you're in, like, a clothing store and they start trying to tell you about, like, all this different stuff that they think would look good on you. And it's like, bro, I don't care, man. Yeah. Just let me browse the clothes in peace, man. Just let me look around. I don't care about what deals you have on. Let me look for something that I like. And if I have any questions, I'll ask you. You know what I mean? If I'm buying something and you come up to me and start a conversation about it, sure, that's one thing. But if you just come up to me and start, like, trying to tell me about whatever sales you have going on, it's going in one ear and out the other, bro. Unless I, like, hear a word that I already came in there for. Like, if I don't know, if I came in shopping for, like, shorts and they start talking to me and I hear the word shorts in their spiel about how, you know, like, something is 20% off or whatever, then maybe that would like lock my brain and I'm like, oh, okay, like maybe I should buy shorts, right? But if I was gonna go look anyway, then the signage should tell me. Like, I don't need somebody to tell me that. You know what I mean? I'm sure it works, because if it didn't work at all, then they would not be aggressive about sales, right? If there was no stats to back it up, I'm sure that they wouldn't do that. But it works on some people, and that means that they have to ruin it for the rest of us, who just want to go in there and browse the store in peace. Like, I don't care, bro. Stop trying to talk to me. Just put the fries in the bag. Yo, I don't usually like the metaphor, put the fries in the bag, but I mean, it honestly is one of those scenarios in a lot of ways. Like, I want retail people to be helpful if I have a question to come and ask you. And if you don't know the answer, I mean, that's one thing, you know, it's fine. I don't care if they, you know, if I ask a salesperson something and they're like, I don't know, let me ask my manager. Or like, I don't know, let's look it up or something, right? I don't think there's any shame in that. In fact, I think it should be more normalized. But, you know, I also don't want them to be like overbearing and like in my face the whole time that I'm in the store. Like, you're there as customer service, not customer bloatware, bro. Leave me alone. It honestly is actually just like bloatware. It's like when you download a program that you actually want to use and it just spams you with a bunch of pop-ups and it's like, please, I do not care. You know, stop starting up every time I turn on my PC. Stop spamming your deals in my face every time I walk in the store. I don't want to watch 5 pre-roll ads. I just want to watch the show, damn it. It's actually crazy how like universal of a principle that has become nowadays, to just like have something that people want to interact with and then just put some annoying shit in front of it to try and make them buy something. That is such a universal principle nowadays. What happened, bro? We truly live in a time nowadays where engagement matters more than money. Hey, clothing stores associates, like, you can be as sweet as you want. Away with the, I won't like push you away, but the 5th, oh yeah, should be, dude, the people who don't understand, oh my god, yeah, well, you're just like, oh yeah, okay, and like politely like nodding and smiling, but you can see it in their eyes. You can see it in somebody's eyes when they're not there. They're not actually listening. They're just being nice to you. Like, I will say, I also, when I was working retail, I experienced the opposite end of this. Specifically, you know, we were doing anime, you would get it a fair amount, but where you really got it was when we started selling Genshin merch. Because, oh my god, dude, sometimes there would be people that would come in and they'd be telling you all about their favorite character, and they would like want to open the app and like show you their team and like the stuff they pulled for. And if you're like geeking out in the conversation together and you're like mutually talking about all that stuff, I totally get that. That makes sense to me. If the worker was like, no way, like I love that character too, you know, like I just pulled for them or whatever, like I would totally understand like actually having a nice conversation like that. But the thing is, my experience with Genshin when I was doing sales was like, I played enough to exactly to where you unlock multiplayer, I think like level 16 or 18. I don't know if I even finished like a single major story event. I had like 1, maybe 4-star character that I had pulled at that point. You know, I was like, I just barely knew enough that I could talk to people about the game a little bit and remember who most of the characters we were selling were so I could help people, right? That was mostly it. Like, I wasn't that into the game. But some people, oh my god, bro, once you got them going, they never would stop. Oh my goodness. It goes both ways. But you know what? At the end of the day, customers like that are still interesting people. Whereas when retail associates are the ones doing that to you as a consumer, it's not because they want to. It's like a pre-rehearsed script. It's literally like an unskippable ad in real life. It's actually, like, retail people annoying you with promos and shit is actually just a real life unskippable ad. I've never thought of this comparison, but that's actually that's so right. It is literally just an unskippable ad. That's crazy. It's pre-rolls. It's pre-rolls for visiting the store that you want to go to. That's crazy. Because I remember they used to try and get me to do all that shit when I was in retail as well. And man, if my managers were over my shoulder, I would. And then as soon as they're gone, bro, not a damn chance. Especially at cash, dude. At our store, we had like a rewards program, but it was really bad. Like the systems for it were terrible. Nothing was automated. You had to do everything manually. It was really inconvenient to set up, not just for us, but like for the customer too. Our accounts were so terrible at that store. And so 99% of the time, people didn't have an account. They wouldn't want to stand at the cash for like a minute while I put everything in and ask them all these questions and shit. So like, I just wouldn't ask most of the time. Most of the time, you know, if they had one, they would just ask like, do I get points on this or something? And it's like, those are the people who care. And I'm like, okay. Like, yeah, you can. Here, just tell me your email and I'll like put it in for you, right? And I would do that. But most of the time I wouldn't ask, and they'd be like, you're supposed to ask. And I'm like, you're supposed to ask. No, I wouldn't actually do that. I wish that I would respond like that to them, bro. But I'd be like, I know, sorry, I forgot. And then the truth is that I didn't forget. I just didn't feel like it. Was I probably causing some people to miss out on some points that they could have been collecting? Sure. But those products were luxury, man. They were all non-necessities that you don't need, that also had like 50% fees that the company was marking this shit up just because they were imports. Like, if you were worried about where your money was going, you would buy it from anywhere else, man. Like, I doubt that 99.9% of people would have cared, to be completely honest. Is there a point to getting the crow on the left? Oh, I'm trying to remember. I think there's something that you get for getting all of the crows, and there also might be somewhere in the game where there's something like a shop and you can use the gold rings. I think that is actually a thing somewhere. I don't remember where. Maybe it's in Bargainburg? I'm not sure. But there is stuff for collecting all the crows. It's like a little Easter egg thing as far as I remember. That being said, there's not a lot of point in unlocking that stuff because you can also just like toggle all of it on without having unlocked it anyway. Like there's I guess like a creative mode sort of, if you will. I'm trying to remember what they even are. I think there's something like some like special boots or something maybe as one of them. I'm trying to remember if there's like jetpack boots, maybe. It's hard to remember, but there's some Easter eggs in this game. There's a few. Obviously not optimal for the speedrun, and most of the time they're pretty out of the way for like normal playthrough too. You gotta like want to get the crows to actually go for them past the first couple. Stanley Parable skip button. Dude, that reminds me. I bought the Stanley Parable. I need to stream that. I wanted to play that game on stream, and I haven't done it yet. You guys want to see the Stanley Parable? Because my friends were like, yo, you gotta play the Stanley Parable, bro. And it was on sale, so I bought it. It's one of the ones I've been meaning to play from my last game haul. It's that. I got Trombone Champ. I still want to do Trombone Champ. I feel like that'd be funny. I never played a brass instrument, but my friend, I don't remember if he ever was on trombone. I know he ended up on baritone, and he would always complain about how hard it was to play and how it was like inconvenient because of how big it is. But also, he wasn't as much of a band kid as I ended up being, I don't think. To be fair, I was not a band kid at the start. I hated band for the first 2 years, and then I loved band for the last 3. Like, the first 2 years of flute sucked because I was so skill issued. Flute is hard. The learning curve of playing flute is so hard. But once you get it, it's fun. Like, when I have the money, I want to buy a flute again someday because I kind of miss having my flute. I never owned one for myself. It's like I borrowed the one at my school for the 4 years that I played in school. And then I rented one for a summer when I played in my city's youth band for a while. And that was it. But I do miss the flute. It's been a lot of years, and it was fun. Okay, this is good. This is another good run. Gonna lock in for a bit again. Nice. Gotta zoop away. No problem, Ender. Thanks for hanging out. Have a good shower. Trumpet player here. Now very interested. Ooh. How's the trumpet? I feel like trumpet is probably fun. A trumpet was like the most common instrument when I was in school band, bro. I feel like everybody was playing trumpet. We had so many trumpets, man. Also, missing my cycle on that is kind of sad. Oh well. It's alright. I feel like most of my runs I miss at least one wind cycle. Let's see if I can clutch up. Fun, we get all of the theoretical. That's true. Trumpet is definitely an instrument that had a lot of aura in the band, you know what I mean? Like, if you're a trumpet player, you're cool. You're like in with the cool kids. Out of the band anyway, you know what I mean? It's like the most, like, I would expect the not, like, nerds of the band to be on the trumpet. Like, the most regular people. Flutes in my school get shit on all the time. I mean, yeah. I didn't want to be a flute player for what it's worth, okay? I wanted to be a drummer, and if not a drummer, I wanted to play the saxophone. The problem is, the kids 1 year ahead of me took all of those. The drums were all taken, and the saxophones were all taken. So, unlucky for me, I didn't get to pick an instrument. They put me on flute. And that was just life. That was just how it goes. That being said, it was actually really interesting that I ended up on the flute because my band instructor was a professional flautist. That was like her main instrument. She was the most expert at the flute. And so I got some really, really good advice because of that. And it was a really cool experience. There we go. That's how you do that jump. Oh! Well, that sucks. So much for this run being a PB. Ah, you know, I'll reset. Football player? Oh, yeah. There's totally football energy with the trumpet. You know, the football kids, the soccer kids, all the sporty kids go to the trumpet, I feel like. Went to the same lunch place once during marching band camp, and the beef never stopped. Man, you shouldn't diss the flute players in a marching band. That's hard, dude. Like, something that a lot of people don't know about the flute that makes it so difficult. Like, the reason the flute has such a sharp learning curve, aside from the fact that the fingerings aren't that intuitive, you know, there's a lot of keys on a flute. The main thing that's really difficult is only like half of the air that you're blowing actually goes into the instrument. The other half is it just goes over the mouthpiece, right? It just doesn't do anything. So you have to use like a lot more air in total than most other instruments do. And you have to have better air control as a result of it. That being said, I still think that that's easier in a lot of ways personally than like the buzzing shit that you have to do for like mouthpieces on brass instruments. I don't know how you do that, but I feel like if I had played it for years, I obviously would have picked that up. But anyway, that's a lot of what makes it hard. So like playing a flute while moving, it's kind of like the same thing with like singing, where it gets a lot harder to do when you're on the move. Got the trumpet DLC before I was even born, since my brother, dad, and uncle all played it. Oh, well, you gotta pick up the trumpet, surely. My dad is not a musical person at all. He's actually tone deaf. My dad is very tone deaf. And my dad's just not really a very artistic person in general. He likes reading a lot, but he was never good at drawing, never good at like music. I think he played a little bit when he was younger because he wanted to... I think his brother plays guitar, and he wanted to also try learning guitar, and then he was tone deaf and just couldn't do it. But, yeah. No, it's honestly a bit of a miracle that I ended up being as, like, artsy as I did. You know what? I still love my dad, though, even if he is tone deaf. Sometimes I just hear him singing, and like, even though he's completely off key, he's having a good time, and that's what matters. It doesn't matter if he's like 4 notes off of what they're actually singing. He's vibing, and you know what? That goes above all else. Also, hello, Maple. Hope you're doing good. Sorry, I just like mentally processed after saying hello that you wrote boo, and I was like so scared. I was so scared when I remembered that. I feel like I'm on the cusp of a really good run right now. I've had a couple times now where I've been on good pace and I kind of trolled. I feel it. I feel the run coming. Like, watch. I'm going to hit Bargenberg jump right now. I'm going to thread this needle. Ooh. Fuck! I did thread the needle. I did. And then I proceeded to disintegrate the ball of yarn, metaphorically. I don't know if that jump actually has a name. I always just call it threading the needle because it's like a really tight one. It's definitely one of the like most mechanical jumps in the entire run. Like, I always feel so good when I have that section down like consistently for a bit and I just keep hitting it consecutively. That's always a good feeling. If you've ever speedran a game, when there's like a hard part and you're like consistently doing it well, that is always like such a satisfying feeling. You know, I was considering learning the Elden Ring speedrun like up until recently. I do feel like maybe one day I will enjoy learning it if I get better at the end game. Because I think that I would actually enjoy the Elden Ring speedrun a lot if it weren't for the end of it. Because the end of it is so hard, dude. Like, the last few bosses in that game are such a difficulty spike. Especially, like, considering the kind of builds you have to run to like, get there quickly. Is hard, man. But I definitely feel like it'd be cool. I'll get the babe, relax. You'll see the babe again. She's still up there. I don't know why she always goes back. It's like, you ever played Mario and you keep wondering how Peach has gotten stolen so many times? It's like you would think one of these days, you know, she'd like, I don't know, get a restraining order, get a security guard. You know, if Mario can always save her, why don't they just, like, live together? You know, like, they kiss every time anyway. Like, you know, they probably held hands or something. Like, you know, she baked him a cake. Like, they're basically married. If they just lived together, how would she get stolen? If Mario always is the one who wins anyway. Really think about it. Holding hand, I know. Baking a cake. Scandalous, I know. Can you believe that these games are rated E for everyone? Should be rated F for freaks. Can you imagine if a game was just rated as being F for freaky? I don't know how I thought of that, but that would be crazy. I would fucking die. I would die if I saw a game that was rated freaky. Then the real question when you see the rating, is it a horror game? Or are they just doing things that are freaky? What kind of freaky? Where do I sign? It's a good question. At your local GameStop before they go out of business, maybe. I feel like buying physically is kind of dead now in a lot of ways. It's gonna be, for Nintendo, it's actually gonna be dead like super soon. Because I don't know if you guys saw, but they were talking about this for the Switch 2, right? Among a lot of other questionable decisions that they have on the Switch 2, physical games are no longer like a cartridge in the traditional sense. Fuck, I missed it again, dude. I missed the second one again. Sorry. It's no longer like a regular cartridge. It's more like a key. It's like a game key almost. Like you buy the physical cartridge and it gives you access to a key to download the game. And it's like, why would I buy that physically? Because it's going to use, presumably it's going to use the key when you download it, right? I would assume, because you don't want one person to buy a key and just give it to everybody. But, you know, given that that's the case, why would you buy physically? If you have to, like, download it anyway, why would you not just, like, buy it online? And I think that's exactly what they want. Because they're going for, like, a lot of control in a way that's kind of spooky. Like, I don't know if you guys saw this as well, but Nintendo has been catching a little bit of heat recently because they, there's some stuff in their TOS where it's like, if you modify your console, they can brick it, basically. They can fry your console remotely if they find out that you've been modding your system. Because technically, even though you own your Switch 2, legally, you don't, like, own it like it's your property. It's more like you own a license to use it. And therefore, because it's their property, even though you are licensing the right to use it, they can then choose to you know, terminate that service from you and brick your system, which is really scummy. I don't mod my systems anyway, but that's kind of crazy. I feel like that's way overkill. Okay, there we go. I finally hit that jump. I feel like that's so overkill. Like, dude. But I mean, it's becoming more normal in the games industry, as kind of messed up as it is, for companies to, like, sell you a game, but you don't really own the game. It's like you own a license to play the game. That's a lot of how they can, like, online maintenance games have to be that way. Because when they stop running servers for it, it's like, what are they gonna do, right? But I mean, even then, like, you can still own the cartridge to the game, and then, you know, if you make your own servers for it, you could play it. Like, I don't think there's anything wrong with that kind of system. Oh god, hitting the jump from this side is hard. Okay, I got it without losing too much time. Sweet. It's like if you take apart your Switch, Joy-Cons, like fixed drift or whatever, they could cancel your warranty. That's crazy if that's actually true. There's no way. There's no way, because they're supposed to have like official services to replace your cons, don't they? Being said, I'm really hoping that Joy-Con drift is not going to be a significant issue on the Switch 2 in the same way that it has been for the OG. I'd be really disappointed if it was. You know, there's a lot of stuff about Nintendo that's fairly scummy. But at the same time, their pre-orders all sold out in like an hour. And like realistically, I'm probably still gonna buy a Switch 2. Like, as scummy as a lot of it is, I don't actually, as an average consumer, expect the majority of it to affect me. And so like, even though I would rather they don't do a lot of it, I'm probably still gonna buy it. Maybe I'm part of the problem. But you know what, like, it hasn't gotten to a point where I feel like I need to vote with my dollars yet. Because on the whole, I do like a lot of Nintendo's games. I've been a Nintendo boy since I was a wee young lad. Literally since I was a young lad, I loved my Wii. I was a wee young Wii enjoyer. Okay, let me lock in. This run is actually like really good pace. No. Oh my god. No, I undershot. Fuck. Oh my god, still sub 6? Oh shit! Sub 6, yeah, baby! Oh! I'm cracked! Yo, I can't believe that didn't choke it. I thought I totally lost my sub 6 when I missed that jump on the tower, bro. Oh shit! That's clean! Oh! Yo, wait. If I submit this run on SpeedRun, how high up is that gonna be? Wait, I wanna look. Hold on. Jump King. Main babe. That was 558. Damn, these people are fast as shit, bro. Holy fuck. This game has so many speedruns. Oh my god. This run will put me at like rank 540-ish out of 1,324. It's in like the upper half of people that bother putting in a speedrun. That's not bad. It's sub 6. I'm pretty happy with that. That was very few mistakes. That's the most well-deserved babe that I've ever had. Hell yeah. Let's take a look. Just how fast was it? 5:57.867. One fall, bro. Literally one fall. It was so close. To be fair, I think I did fall more than like once. but like I guess those just didn't count like with the way that it happened. Because I definitely had a few time losses, but like wow, damn, that's good. Holy shit, that's good. Wow. Wait, I'm looking up too high. I'm trying to get like a good screenshot face. Chat, say cheese for the picture, guys. Say cheese. Take a really stupid photo. Wait, I was too slow. I didn't get the cheese in there. Let me make a stupid face again. There we go. Okay, okay. Let me take the picture again. There we go. Now everybody's in there. Yippee! Let me post that in the Discord real quick. Sheesh! Sub 6! Yeah! That feels good, man. That feels good! Holy shit! Wow. What a journey today has been. We had a workout. We had a workout on stream. We did, what was it? We did 18 sit-ups, 70 squats, a 20-second plank. And I did, look, I said, do you have 7 minutes to watch me beat Jump King or possibly even 6? I actually did get the sub 6 run. I can't believe that I actually got the sub 6 run, dude. I didn't think I would. Me watching Twi fall worse and worse during the bet he tried to make on stream. This picture, wait, this is the most devious energy, dude. Holy shit. Wait, this is incredible. I need to share this. The people need to see. This is a high quality shit post, bro. Look at that face. That is maniacal right there. Diabolical, even. That was funny, dude. I actually, like, I choked so bad on that run. But I'm glad. We had some fun exercises and just some fun, silly moments. We were talking about animals getting high on random shit while I was derusting. And then I actually got my PB. I actually got my first sub 6. I'm really happy about that. So you know what? GG's. I'm very happy about that. Tomorrow I will probably do some sort of stream on the shorter end. I will say one thing that I definitely want to plug that's happening tomorrow, which is probably why I won't be streaming that much, even though it's a Saturday, is my good friend Rita Kamishiro is doing her mental health awareness charity event, Connectivity. I was a part of this event as like a concert performance last year. It was absolutely incredible. I'm not actively involved this year, but of course I'm going to be supporting again from the sidelines. I would highly encourage, if you guys have some free time, to be there for it again. Last year it was incredible. They had some really talented VTubers and speakers on there who were doing some speaking about mental health, you know, given this Mental Health Awareness Month. And there was a concert at the end that was really good. I'm sure that whatever Rita's cooked up for this time, it's going to be a banging event. So depending how hooked into that I get, I might not even stream tomorrow. We'll see. But definitely make sure to put that one away in your bookmarks or whatever. Check it out for tomorrow. And I will definitely be doing another Balatro stream on Sunday. So you won't be waiting too long, even if I don't stream tomorrow. We'll be finishing out the like seeded Balatro competition thing on Sunday. And just grinding, doing some gambling. Let's go gambling! Yay! We'll have some fun with that. But yeah. Hope you guys had some fun here today. Hope you enjoyed me doing my best at some Jump King speedruns. And I will see you again either tomorrow on my stream or tomorrow in Rita's chat, right, guys? You'll be there? Anyway, I'll be back either on Saturday or Sunday. I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day or evening. Great start to your weekend tomorrow. And take care, guys. Bye. I'm going to go shower now. You should also go shower if you were not a coward and you did some exercises with me. And if you didn't, go do 10 squats. Or don't. I don't know. Do what you want. Do it if you're extra cool. All right. Bye, guys.